Hello, Chad. How you doing? Hello, Chad. How you doing, Chad? Forgot to mute my audio. There we go. Yeah. So, how about that video? It's only like nearly a month late. Gotta make sure I don't let that happen again. You really hate my starting soon screen? Okay. I really have to ask. It's just some text moving on screen. What is there possibly to hate about it? I mean, it seems pretty inoffensive. What did it ever do to you? What message is it sending you? No, wouldn't be a bad idea though to actually have something like what was that thing people used to be paranoid about, like flashing images with text, like, oh, subversive advertising, like drink more Coke and flash on the screen for like a second. Good. You love the starting screen. See that we have one person who likes it. Good job on the video. Ah, thank you. I was actually really happy how it turned out. For the longest time, is another one of those videos I feel like is gonna be shit. Also, Window, thank you for the 4 months. Have a good stream. Happy to support great content. I'm guessing that means you're not gonna be here for it, but if that's the case, you have a great night, man. Watched the Star Wars video from today, and honestly, I forgot pretty much all from that game. Jesus, what a forgettable game. Hey, don't you want to make sure you stop people from getting nice property? And it was a weird, when you actually look at the details, like, I really didn't do much in that game, did I? I guess it's setting up like the third and final game in like a trilogy, which is usually the problem with a middle game. But it's just like, all I did was stop a guy from getting some land. Subliminal, yeah, that's it. I hadn't thought of that in a while. Subliminal advertising. I remember that being when I was a kid, people were like really worried about that. It's like, oh, if you play the record backwards, it tells you to worship the devil. And then everyone I think is like, oh, don't. It's like, but if I can't understand it, how do I know? My subconscious ain't that smart. Salutations. What's up, Jim? How was my steak? I actually haven't made it yet. I was a little busy this morning, finishing up the video. And then I just didn't feel like cooking a steak today. I'll cook my steak tomorrow. Had buffalo chicken pizza. Buffalo chicken pizza. I didn't have pizza, but about a week ago I had some, I think I mentioned already, just like the best goddamn Korean barbecue chicken, boneless chicken wings I've ever had in my life. And it was a place that was local to me too, and I was like, why have I never learned about this before? You began playing Far Cry Primal today, did you? And you realize you become a 60 frames per second snob. Because the 30 FPS is really choppy, my innocence is lost, and I fear I can never go back. There is really no going back once you actually get used to 60 frames per second. Don't call yourself a snob though. Just because you like something to be proper and good doesn't make, I mean, you're really only asking for like the bare minimum, which is, 60 frames per second. Snobbish would be like, I have a 144 frames per second G-Sync monitor. Why can't all games just, play at that, that would be the snobbish. As long as the game hits 60, you're good. That's all you really ask. That's all y'all really need. Mass Effect 2, but that game at least had really good side stories for all the characters. For mostly, yeah, I remember a few being like, I mean, it still has that issue like the 2 characters you get at the beginning that you never want to use. Or at least one. I don't know. That even their loyalty mission wasn't that great. Great video, Dart. Thank you, chat. I was really happy that it turned out. Did you see Spider-Man 2 story trailer? For the, you mean, oh yeah, okay, for the, yeah, I did actually. Yeah, I saw that, and I also saw a Mortal Kombat trailer today. 2 Mortal Kombat 1 trailers. One was like advertising all the DLC, and the other one was advertising all the women in the game, I guess. Satanic Panic, right? When stuff like rock music was demonetized. I guess I don't think I was around for the Satanic Panic. That was like what, the 70s or like very early 80s. I had not been born yet, if so. But I certainly don't remember it. But I do remember like in the early 90s, people like talking about, subliminal messaging. But I think even by then it already been discredited, so I was only like learning about it as a kid. You made ranch burgers tonight, did you? Ranch burger. I don't think I've ever had a ranch burger. Then there's a lot of burgers I haven't had. I haven't had a smash burger yet either, and I'm not sure there's any real difference in a smash burger and a regular burger. Don't be Total Biscuit if anyone remembers that guy. I'm pretty sure people have not forgotten Total Biscuit. It's a little hard to forget Total Biscuit here on Twitch because if you type in, yo, LOL, you literally see his face. Or is it Omega Lol? Omega Lol? He's one of those like universal emotes. But what is it about Total Biscuit? I mean, the guy was, did have, very spicy attitude. How do you like Venom's new look? Was that a new look? He looked the same to me. Like I said, I'm not a big Spider-Man buff, but I looked at it as like, yeah, it looked like Venom to me. It just is like big, muscular dude in black Spider-Man costume. Did I miss something? What was different about his look? Don't forget the black mass messages hidden in songs praising Satan. Yeah, there were some messages like that in like if you played them reverse, and that's what freaked people out. But they were just a cool Easter egg. Like thinking that like your Hail Satan message in your back of your like your metal album is gonna make someone worship the devil is like thinking like an Easter egg in a video game, like the warp whistle in Super Mario is gonna like do something to your mind as well. It's like a hidden little thing. It's like, oh, that's neat, and you move on. My understanding is that smash burgers are just meatballs, literally smashed flat. Well, I mean, a hamburger in itself is just a meatball in a flat shape. Smash burgers, supposedly, they rely on the char you get from it, or something like that, to like do something with the flavor. I don't know. Peter's face, it looks younger than it. They've changed how Peter looks in every one of the Spider-Man PS4 and now 5 games. I thought he was fine in the first game, but they just will not leave it alone. But I was being asked about Venom, and I was like, I thought Venom looked the same. Love how almost every Star Wars media out there has to have Darth Vader cameo. I mean, not everyone. I mean, some of them. Any of them set when he's still alive, yes. You cook smash burgers with onions, you can make your own White Castle, huh? So, chat, how'd you like the video, if you've had a chance to see it yet? I was pretty happy with it. Yep. Sorry it was so late, though. Gotta make sure I don't do that again. Vacation and all. Your religion's teacher said that if you listen closely to the Pokemon theme, it actually says Hail Satan or calls Satan. I mean, does that work when he tells people that? If you listen, wait a second, why doesn't he play it then? If it like it to prove it, like when he's saying like, hey, if you listen closely, why doesn't he just slow it down? Like, see, I'll prove it to you. Why don't they do that? Didn't know the vid dropped. Good time on that sound effect. Yeah, the vid dropped earlier today. It's already received rave reviews. Rotten Tomatoes loves it. So Dart from The Walking Dead is getting his Daryl from The Walking Dead is getting his own spin-off series that seems like a Last of Us 1 rip of my perspective. Cool. I guess, I don't know. Probably will be. I mean, wasn't the Last of Us TV show really well received? I don't know. Anytime, chat though, everything gets a spin-off. What was if you watch my video today, I do rant a lot about Star Wars, but my rant actually applies to a lot of media. How like nothing can truly end anymore. It just has to be constantly be spitting out new adaptations and like prequels, sequels, spin-offs, unending content, chat. That is your future. Nothing you ever love will ever end. Now, you may think that's a good thing, like, oh, my dog doesn't have to die, but when it comes to entertainment, no, not a good thing. What's up, Luggy? How you doing? Really well received, 24 Emmy nominations. I know, and I didn't win a single one. I was snubbed. Oh no, you're talking about The Last of Us. I thought you said my video did, and I was gonna go along with a joke. Like, oh yeah, totally. My YouTube video received. Okay, whatever. I see where you're going now. I should probably try to like read less fast and pay attention to people's words. Also, really enjoyed the new video. Oh, well, that makes me feel happy in my heart. It hasn't received 24 enemy nominations yet. Well, anyways, the video's out there if you want to watch it. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. But tonight I got more FF16 for you because I need to finish this game. I've left it hanging for a little too long. I don't know if I've gotten slower at playing games or game just gotten recently very long. Maybe it's both. One of the Walking Dead spin-offs. Wait, there's other spin-offs? They turn Negan into Joel by giving him a young girl to look after. She is immediately kidnapped. Okay, I've only ever watched the first season of Walking Dead, so I have no idea who Negan is. I'm assuming he was like a rough, evil man or something. I don't know. I thought the first season was pretty good, but I just did not have any interest in watching more of it. I figured that was like, yeah, that's enough. Games are getting bigger and I'm getting older, but I walked and I did a chess day yesterday. Hey, good on you, man. Good on you. Negan was the main antagonist for like 4 seasons. Oh, so he didn't die either? He got to live? He's the base bat guy. I mean, I just said I haven't watched the show, so I have no idea who the baseball bat guy is either, if you say that. Been a lot of open world, long story. Yeah, God, they sure have. Never liked Star Wars, but the video was good. Also, I didn't get you Zombie U. The only game I got for you is going to be in your package. I just want to see if you can send or play. I mean, I understand. Well, thank you for thank you for, I guess, not getting me Zombie U, because like I said, I probably would not have played it. He had a I'm depressed, I'm sorry for all the murderers redemption arc. Oh, okay, as long as he like asked for redemption, it's perfectly fine if he killed a lot of people that were important to other people. That's how it works. I like how everyone just gets, more dumb the more the world is destroyed. So yeah, you know what? Evil man who kills people with a baseball bat. You seem like you feel sorry about it. What's the next game I'm playing after I finish this? I don't know, I could go back and play more Street Fighter 6. I also got System Shock. I've also got some indie games I bought. Like what did I buy? Like I bought Dave the Diver, which I heard is really good. And I also got Amnesia the Bunker and Trepang 2. So I might check those games out. Also, I need to send off my announcements because I kind of forgot. There we go. Going after Odin, or are we teaming with Kratos? You know Odin's a Final Fantasy character too, right? He's nothing like the Odin of Norse mythology. So I'm not really sure why they call him that. He's just a black knight. I'd play Dave the Diver for Hot Pepper Tuna alone. I'll pretend like I know what that actually means. I just heard it was a good game. To be fair, Negan was a prisoner for a decent amount of seasons. There you go then. That gives him an out. Hey, I've suffered too, so killing a bunch of people is cool. Odin uses a spear in Norse mythology does. In the video games, in Final Fantasy specifically, he uses a sword and will one-shot enemies usually when he appears. Hey, Death Note, thank you for 32 months of sub, man. Hi, Dart. You know what? I love like a short, cute sub message. It's not like here's a full paragraph on my sub day. It's like, hey, how you doing? Except for Cypher, well, that was the exception. But that was just so they could like bring out what's his name? Was it Yojimbo? No, it was someone else, wasn't it? It started with an R. Fuck. Gilgamesh, yeah, that's right. Who was I think an enemy in like he was like an enemy in one of the earlier Final Fantasy games. He got sucked into a portal or something. And that she wound up getting all of her friends killed. Yes, okay, we're still talking about apparently Walking Dead in chat. He was a hunt in FF12. Well, he's also appeared in FF9, though it was like wasn't a big deal. Or with an R, yeah, well, I was thinking of something else. He's not exactly a major character. He's like a yell, hey, remember this guy? Gilgamesh originally appeared as a major character in FF. Alright, yeah, he like worked for Xdeath, right? What do you think so far about Final Fantasy summons having more of a role in Final Fantasy 15 and 16? Well, this isn't the first two times they've had more of a role. They started getting bigger roles all the way back in FF6, actually, where they're like the source of all magic and they're important characters, and even the main character is like half an Esper. Then they kind of like, then for 7, they were just like spells again. And then 8, they're also just kind of like big flashy spells, but they at least get some backstory. In 9, they're kind of important again because they're like uniquely tied to the summoners who are important in the plot. And also in 10, you have them being exceptionally important. The entire world is built around them. In Tactics, they're also really important since they're the antagonists. And in 12, they're once again just kind of like summons. In 13, I guess they're important, but because they're like, each person's like personal one. Is like, though, it's 13, though, it's a shit game. So yeah, they've actually been important for quite a while. But this would be the first one where I think they're like the, I guess you could say they're the most important in this one. So there is an argument to be said that yeah, they are very important. They also have like zero control over them now. It only happens when the game wants it to happen in like set pieces. Even, well, in 15, it was like random that when they would show up. Like, oh, you want to press a button and summon it now? In your opinion, what's going to be the most voted FF16 or Street Fighter 6? Probably FF16. I have a history of doing Final Fantasy games after all. I'd love to see you play Dave the Diver. Well, I own the game, so I might stream it. They are the nine-tailed beasts in this. Oh, another Naruto reference, huh? Summons are also important in FF6. I mentioned FF6. Unlike 10, where they were completely dependent on the player. FF13 was a fun video of videos. 5 in total, technically, covering the entire, like, trilogy. I probably wouldn't be able to watch it now again. I'd, like, cringe too hard. Like, oh, me 70 years ago. What were you thinking? You could have written that so much better. But what do I know? Maybe I was actually funnier in that video than I have ever been since. All I know is that was the last video I made before I started live streaming, so it's probably like a very different version of me at that point. Howdy, Dartigan. What's up? How you doing? FF13 Sins remake. Well, only when I get desperate. Did you ever stream Lightning Returns? I streamed it and I made a video on it. Games were better back then. Okay, that's when? 2000, the late 2000s? See, chat, the problem with that statement of games were better back then is that time is linear. It's always going to go back. So there'll always be someone who like looks at the different time like, yeah, games are better at this particular time. It's like, what do you impossible. There's like no time where it's like the games at this time were the best. I mean, I try not to get in that. I don't even know, I'm rambling right now, but you know, I think I'm making a point. It's like romanticizing like the past is like, there's nostalgia blinding you a little bit. And there, because you're forgetting all the shit that was around at the same time and you're only remembering the really good bits. Because I cannot think of a single year of video games where there hasn't been an equal amount of shit to good stuff. Some years you'll get more good stuff than crap, and some years you'll get more crap than good stuff. But there's never like a fully like, oh, the golden age. Yes, the days when the gods smiled upon our creations. AAA games are kind of shit right now. Okay, that's also not true because I've played some really good AAA games. I mean, I just finished Tears of the Kingdom, AAA. There's Elden Ring. Everyone's really excited for Armored Core. And the Spider-Man coming out, and many, many other games. It's just that certain AAA games can be real shit because they're just like, well, shit. Or they're made for a very specific set of people. That isn't you. George Lucas roast was really great. Oh yeah, that one. I rewrote that one quite a few times where I was happy with it. Because I knew I wanted to say something about that line, feeling like, old school, like bad George Lucas writing, but I was like, how do I write that? Star Wars is boring though, I agree. Waiting for Street Fighter Sin, also 2004 best year for gaming. It was a very good year. But I don't know if I couldn't really be the definitive statement if it's the best. Good point. Maybe I'm thinking of Ubisoft. Well, Ubisoft. When was the last time Ubisoft made anything that I liked? I don't even know. Probably like Black Flag. So this is a really random question to ask you, but when Kate gives you the package, are you going to unbox on stream? Also, no, will I unbox on stream? I highly doubt it. I don't have a camera to even use for that. I will, but if that were to happen, I mean, I'll thank you for it though. How about that? Child of Light was a good. Yeah, I remember never finishing that game though. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, of course. There's some people who really like that game, What would you say was the best recent year for gaming? Honestly, this year is, if we're talking about just in recent years, the last 2 years were really, COVID years were really sparse. Has not much released. So this year is currently already probably doing better than like the previous couple of years. But probably like, 2018, 2019, right before COVID were pretty good years too. There's a video that measures just how long it takes to touch grass, and what an arbitrary thing. I'm pretty sure there's some that start out with like, oh, as soon as you start playing the game. It's 100%. It is the most bipolar Final Fantasy I've ever played. Would you say multiplayer games are kind of decreasing in quality? No. Thing with multiplayer games, they all chase the trend. So whatever the big trend in is at the time, they all chase after it, and it just feels like they're all just because they're all getting samey looking, and you'll always be like samey clones that come out that don't really last very long. So right now everything's either trying to be like Fortnite or what else? Mainly Fortnite, it seems. But before that, everything was trying to be Call of Duty, and it is what it is. Whether decreasing in quality, though, I don't know. There's plenty of good multiplayer games. I'll be fine with that, but you have to give Kate a hug. No problem. Speaking of COVID, Hal only need to work in the office 1 day a week now, so I'm happy about that. Hey Dartigan, my Chinese console just arrived, so aside from watching you, I'm playing Mega Man X2. Did you buy a plug and play? What's wrong with you? Is that one of those like things that comes preloaded with like, here's like 10,000 games and it's all like Pac-Man clones? I've seen people like do videos on this before. Did Fortnite kill PUBG? Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's still people who play PUBG, but it got blown out wide open a long time ago. Technically, DayZ was the one that kicked off the Battle Royale style, trend. But it was like a PvP and PvE game at the same time. But it was very popular for a bit, and then everyone just like took the model. And it's like, what if we just got rid of the zombies and had people fight each other? Don't see PUBG getting these multimedia crossover deals. Yup, Chad, PUBG is like, it was big for a while, but it, Fortnite just like, came along. I don't know why, because it actually does look like, I don't know, I could probably play PUBG, but Fortnite is just like, something about it just, puts me off. It's too corporate, I think. It's like, Fortnite is just such a corporate looking thing anymore. It's hard for me, like something it just feels like that. Just I don't even know. I can't even like some of the words to describe it. And people forgot that Fortnite was first a zombie-based build. Yeah, that's right. But that no one wanted to play that, so they're like, hey, let's just like throw in, you know, battle royale. Who hasn't hoarded themselves out to Fortnite? Hey, they gotta make that money. Kids will buy it, you know. Remember when every game tried to have a battle royale mode? I mean, they're still trying it to a degree. That never stopped. Maybe Dart will be in Fortnite. Eventually, we'll all be there. Fortnite is the worst of the USA and the worst of China with the power. Wait, is Fortnite even played in China? I figured that game would probably be banned there. Croissant. I like that this has seriously become your very French catchphrase. As a founder of Fortnite when it got released, and I'm still playing this mode. You can actually still play the Save the World mode. I thought they'd like done away with that. I remember like seeing videos for like the Fortnite before it became what it is being advertised, and it did look a little boring. Like no one will play that, and then I was very wrong. Mostly Tencent. I know Tencent owns a bit of like Epic, so yeah, there's that. But is that just how the French introduce themselves? Yes. If you go to France, everyone will just yell croissant at you. And it made it to where they couldn't make any money off of. Speaking of China and their software they own, has anyone else seen that the newest trend on TikTok? I mean, this is a very off topic thing, but it's something I became aware of today, and I literally just had to stop and stare at it because I felt my brain rewiring itself as it processed new information I'd never seen before. But it's people doing NPC streams. Literally where they'll act like an NPC doing canned animations for donations. It is the weirdest fucking thing I think I've seen in years. No, not the Mandela effect. No. This is people it's just they'll be on their TikTok stream and they'll be receiving little candy donations or whatever. It's basically the same thing as bits. But they'll be doing just a set of canned animations over and over again and saying the same thing they're an a Morrowind, Oblivion or Skyrim NPC. Be right, but yeah, if you want to check it out, just look up TikTok NPC stream and you'll find examples of it. It is just bleh. Stay away from the NPC TikToks. Embrace the Skibidi. I've heard about Skibidi toilets too. But yeah, Skibidi toilets is just law random goofy shit, whereas the NPC streams feel like the reality breaking down somehow, and you're seeing behind a glitch in the simulation. It's honestly one of the least stupid trends on TikTok. I mean, obviously, but to me, it was just my brain looked at it and it's just my brain was nope, nope, something's wrong here. Apparently the woman who does it is Quebecese. Well, it's a lot of people doing it now because apparently she made a lot of money doing it. What a time to be alive, I know, right? Yeah, you can now literally make money if you're hot enough being an NPC and just doing canned animations and responses. I'm an NPC pretending to be human. Well, I'm the only real person, so all of you are NPCs. I mean, to me, you guys could just be chatbots. I've seen similar stuff for Skyrim before. Yeah, there's been people making Elder Scrolls animation and conversation jokes for years, where they would walk around and try to act like a like a Skyrim NPC. This is different. This is people just staring into their phone, receiving donations to just go yum yum, ooh banana, yum yum, ooh banana, yum yum, and just doing a same canned animation over and over again. Your brain, if you're not expecting it, your brain sees it, and it's but it almost wait, this is a video game, but it's real, and it's I hate it. Your brain can't figure out what the fuck is going on. This is your brain on TikTok. Yeah, but no, I think I might need a rage room to recover from seeing that that content though. I need to smash some stuff. How much money does that make? I think the woman who went viral doing it is making bank. She seemed like she was living in a very nice place, based on the background. So, chat, if you have a decent enough phone and your acting skills to do the same animation over and over again, and also say the same voice line about 1,000 times in like an hour-long live stream, you too can make enough money to finally buy a house. You're as curious? Yeah, she like pops popcorn while she does it by holding a single kernel of popcorn in between her hair curlers. I don't even know why. It's just like, what? She'll like just like put a single kernel in between her hair iron, and it'll pop, and then she'll like put another one in there, all while doing these animations. Be honest, would you do something like that if you could make a ton of money? Even if I could make a ton of money doing it, I wouldn't want to, because I just feel, look, there's things I can do and there's things I can't do, just because I would feel humiliated knowing I'd done it. So no, I cannot swallow my pride to do something like that, even if it like promised me like riches beyond my wildest dreams. Search VR chat on Twitch. There are people just dancing with an avatar and body tracking. Well, like that's different though. People dancing is one thing. And like I said, yes, people have been doing NPC memes and jokes for a very long time, and they're actually pretty funny. But this is just something weirder because one, it's just someone literally just turning their brain off and becoming the most honest NPC they possibly can. It's not just someone putting on an act for fun. This is someone literally like, okay, I'm gonna like switch into a different mode right now. Or at least the ones who can do it really well. And it's just like, ugh, it's uncanny. It's weird. It activates Uncanny Valley, even though there's no actual Uncanny Valleyness in there since it's real life. There you go. That's how I would describe it. That's what it did to me. It activated my Uncanny Valley sense, even though I was looking at real life. Yeah, there, I figured it out. All I know is that I hate TikTok because of idiots and their Mandela effect. Saw a girl who thought that the human heart is on the right side, then discovered it's in the middle, and called that a Mandela effect, and according to her, the people who believed it's in the middle are from the new universe. Well, there are medical conditions where your heart can be on the other side of your chest, but yeah, that's just stupid. I don't have a lot of self-respect, but I don't have the force to, the will to do. I mean, I've been trying to like convince myself to do a Patreon for years, and I still haven't done that. So if I can't even like force myself to do a Patreon yet, there's no way I could ever just turn into NPC for an hour. Self-respect is a thing. Yeah, I feel like self-respect is a healthy thing. You would rather give your anus Godspeed. Lucky you're an actress, right? You can probably make bank. I mean, probably could, but you know, I get the feeling she probably has self-respect too. Then again, who knows? Maybe it isn't actually that, you know, just self-disrespecting if you're like, you know, when you're doing it. I don't know. Some people look at what I do and consider that self-disrespecting. I mean, it wasn't that long ago that, you know, streaming and YouTubing was looked down as like, that ain't a real job. So maybe I'm just in that situation now where I'll look at this new thing and I'm like, that, you know, ramble. Exactly my point. I liked Vine. I actually never used Vine. I remember it being a thing, and all the Viners becoming YouTubers after it went kaput. You should totally do a Patreon. I mean, I know I should, but for some reason, I just like, not yet. So I should probably do that soonish, though. Saw it randomly, and I was just not understanding. Saw what randomly? Thought our hearts are located in our sleeves. Our hearts are located in your kingdom. No. I'm not gonna sell my soul, goddammit. Wait, how much bank? I mean, if you're good at it, who knows? It's all about how many people, how many like lonely men you can get to watch you. Because I have to assume that's the market base for it. Chat, are any of you lonely men? Would you like to... What am I asking that? I know some of you are. Not that that's a bad thing. I mean, wait. If you're alright being by yourself, that is. Never mind. What am I saying? I don't know. How long until Kojima uses TikTok as a plot point in one of his games? Well, he's got Death Stranding 2 coming out, and that was some people already said that predicted COVID, so who knows? Vine was funny because it was unhinged. Well, TikTok is pretty unhinged. The NPC vid, it just confused me. Like I said, it does that to your brain. It triggers your Uncanny Valley sense. Those of you who don't know, Uncanny Valley is when your brain detects something it thinks isn't real. It's a weird part of our brain that we all have, because apparently we have to like know when something's pretending to be human but isn't. And we're actually all really good at that. And it's what it does. It triggers that part of your brain, even though you're looking at an actual human that is real and not a simulation. But it still is pulling it off somehow. There are cougars in my area. Cougars in every area. In my area, there might actually be real cougars, though. Installed a new firewall on my PC, and all of my lonely cougars are... I've never got the cougars in my area ad. I feel disappointed. Isn't stuff on TikTok filtered in China, even though it's a Chinese app? I assume probably, but I don't know enough about that topic. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I know that Chinese TikTok is different, is more educational. Wouldn't that imply that some point mankind encountered something that tried to imitate a human? I've mentioned that exact point before as well as like a really good idea for a horror story. But it's more likely that it just evolved from like us looking for someone who's like ill or something like that. I don't know. It's hard to tell where it comes from. Maybe it's just an innate part of consciousness that all animals have. Cougar glitch in Red Dead Redemption 2 online is why I made a lot of money in that game. Weren't there also other races of humans? There were, and there could be a pretty good argument that maybe it's just us detecting like Neanderthals and Denisovians and maybe anything else we encountered at the same time. But I don't know, it's like well known that humans like Homo sapiens like mated with Neanderthals and Denisovians, so pretty sure if they were triggering an uncanny valley sense in some way, we probably wouldn't have. Tell us the horror story. I didn't come up with a horror story. I just said that was a very good idea for one, like a concept. What up, Captain's Anarchy? I'll accept it. I don't know who that is, but I'll take it. Thank you for the bits, by the way. Could be argued that Lovecraft had Uncanny Valley for black people. He had Uncanny Valley for anyone who wasn't a New England white person. You live in Florida because that's the only place cougars live in the East Coast. There's me going deceiving everyone about where I live again. I'll never give you the true details, chat. I'll just keep throwing misinformation out there. Gotta keep you on your toes to figure out the truth. Where in the world is Dartigan Jones? See that? It doesn't really work with the beat, but you know what? It's the same premise. Ah, chat, I've come to you today after stealing stealing this famous monument somehow. Can you figure out where I've gone based on these clues? That was a really good theme song though. Especially with the acapella. Where in the world is Carmen? I kind of wanted to be an acapella singer just because of the low voice. At one point, I was like, I want to do that. I can be the low voice guy. Carmen, but I'm not that low. Hey, GMC gifted a sub to Moobot for some reason. I'm sure the robot appreciates it. Maybe it's out there doing NPC videos somewhere. Is she in Seoul in South Korea? I don't know, maybe. You have to follow the clues, you know. What was I doing last time I played this game? Return to the ironworks. Okay. I can return to the ironworks. Oh yeah, here we go. You were at the forge, that I was. Yeah, I just finished up doing those side quests that gave me some stuff. But let's just get on with it. You were wrong on the lyrics about what? Carmen Sandiego? I just remember like, she's got all around the land. I can't remember the lyrics either. Jill got damseled. Pardon? Oh yeah, that's right. Pretty sure she's gonna be brainwashed and we'll have to fight her.
My dad had it all worked out.
He'd be proud of you, Mid. His writings may have helped, but this achievement is all yours. Can we catch them?
The Aine Yard's one of the largest, fastest vessels ever built. And it won't help she has the wind at her back. Any other ship would be hard-pressed to keep pace with her, let alone reel her in. But this isn't any other ship. This is the Enterprise!
Oh, great.
And the world's
Hot.
never seen anything like my dad's engine.
It certainly hasn't.
I just got started on a new project recently, but while working on it, I am haunted. Annoyed by the fact that I put out its
Only what the bards sing.
crap unless I had spent more time on it.
And he sailed
You'll
to
always hate
Ash
the
from
stuff you worked on
Southern
previously, don't worry about it.
that it was his mastery of the blade which won him the throne. And that his sword, Odin's sword, can sever the very threads of creation. But don't lose any sleep over a last tilt. We'll do what we must to survive.
What we must.
The light!
I thought this cove was meant to be hidden.
Do you only have the one light source?
Mid! Company!
Eh?
We'll hold them off until the ship is ready. But hurry!
Bollocks!
How these people work in sheer near darkness?
Stations!
What about that light? You gotta put that up. No, there's no point in putting that one light out. They already knew where you were. It's almost like we have an actual party for once. Yeah, putting out that one light didn't matter if they were like running down a hallway full of it.
Here they come.
They're like leaning into the drama bit. Yeah, I think they're underground too. They're like in a cove.
Mid needs every moment we can give her.
Behind me, Lord Rosfield.
I'll take care of these fuckers. Behind! I'll have you know earthbreaking here. One stuck there into the heart of every man in the cliff.
Well, I did good. Everyone's dead.
How are we doing, Mid?
I thought you said that ship was fast.
I haven't felt this alive in 20 summers. Come on, then!
Oh yeah, my theater uncle is here with me. Who's your favorite character and why is it Uncle Byron? Sid was the favorite character. But Uncle Byron is a good one. I mean, just because he's like, I'm worried he's gonna die too, though. You meant favorite living character. Oh, put a stipulation on it, did you? Is anyone's favorite character Jill? Who's just kind of like there most of the time? Kind of a waste. She seems like she should be way more powerful than she is. Wow, that was a loud fight, wasn't it? Do you think this game would benefit from a team-up attack system? Actually, yes. I do think it would kind of work if it at least had that. That would be... yeah, I would like that very much, actually.
That was easy enough.
All right, you lousy lot. Get your asses on board. She's ready to sail.
Wait, she has an intercom?
You heard the captain. Clive.
Uh-oh. These pretty guys don't die, Chad.
But I thought he was...
Confounded. Then it is as I feared. Sleipnir is no man, but a creation of Odin.
Many hot men.
Phoenix's fiery fundament. Have you no normal enemies?
You know what? I feel like they were going for like F-sounding words there for that, but that Phoenix starts with a P.
Up for another round?
Of course we are. Right, Lord Rosfield?
Also, thank you for the bits, by the way.
There was a time people called me the Executioner. Always on my hands. No matter, heads will roll all the same.
Mate! New plan! You leave! We follow!
Follow? Swimming, are you? Oh, bugger me! Weigh anchor! Engine's dead slow ahead!
This is the last streams. What made you turn subtitles on? Actually, I should be turning those off. It was because of one person in chat who was Brazilian, actually.
But they will fall. Like oaks before a woodman's good thing I brought one!
Wow, these are way weaker than the first time I fought one of these guys.
How long are we meant to keep this up?
As long as it takes. Unless you have a better idea.
Well, I've already killed at least 5 of the bastards.
Fuck it! Let's do the lot!
Irish copy, there's like no way I could read that entire paragraph right now. I want you to know. I see it, but like I'm in the middle of something right now.
Should we make for the ship?
Not yet.
So you might want to copy paste it and then like split it up into chunks once I'm done with the fight.
In your own time, Clive!
Right, run for it!
Simplified hypothesis regarding the McKinney Ballet is that it's similar to reverse reaction to laughter. There's probably studies that's been done on it. You can probably look up. Twink orgy. New sentence unlocked. Or new phrase. You know, it's actually very hard to hold yourself up with one hand in that situation. We see it all the time in entertainment. It's almost impossible, in fact. You're more than a few seconds anyways. Unless you just got crazy grip strength. Has any pirate ship ever been boarded without being chased? I mean, kind of the point, right? Anime slow-mo jump. It's acceptable.
Now, mate!
Alright, engine fire!
Actually, no, maybe like climb up first before you tell her to like go full speed ahead.
Hey!
Wait, if it's got engines, why does it need sails? You have a crazy grip strength from all the masturbation? Man, you don't need to grip it that hard. It doesn't do you any good. Probably like just like making the experience worse.
What do you want?
That's quite a mess you've made. And wholly unnecessary. You are my offering to Mythos. I would not see you damaged.
Gonna run away if you don't hold it with both hands. You know what? I'll give you points for creativity with that one.
Now back to your stations! Every bellsman treading water puts another league between us and the galleon.
I don't suppose Mid has a spare engine? Since you rose from the grave, my fortunes have plummeted. Are you absolutely certain of this quest of yours, Clive? The foes you face are as terrible as they are numerous.
Aye, and they'd have us live and die on their terms, which should answer your question.
Ha! You have that same stubborn look as your father did when he set his mind to something. On the battlefield, I am but a single axe. A deadly one, mind, but a single one nonetheless. Yet what you require is 1,000, and I believe my old friend in Randalar can provide them. Take care, Clive. I have many more tales of your father's exploits to share. And I cannot very well do that if you're dead. Again.
Good luck, Uncle. And may fair winds
Favorite
attend
fight so far? Bahamut and Titan were great. In terms of spectacle, Titan's
As for
fight was
you,
probably the best.
Joshua, take care.
I thought
I shall do
Bahamut's
my
fight was
best, Uncle.
mechanically more interesting though.
Farewell, my nephews. When next you see me, it shall be with an army at my back. Cheerio. Oh, yeah. Do keep up, my boy.
That looks tiresome, depending how far he's gonna go.
Well, we can't have him showing us up now, can we? We would never hear the end of it.
Maybe he's just waiting until he could catch the wind. Oh, it's, you know, Bahamut guy.
Great God of mercy.
What was his name again? Is like Dion, right? I knew it was like mustard based. Mustard name. Or a particularly Canadian singer name. Dion is a must. I know, but it's similar to Dijon.
What have I done?
My lord.
Oh, that's the girl who was like selling stuff in an earlier, part of the game. Medicine girl. I didn't think she'd be a reoccurring character. The blonde twink is a little uncanny for me. He doesn't have a single imperfection or wrinkle. You mean the guy we just fought earlier? That's the point. He's like a created thing, right? And he can clone himself. Alright, I'm gonna create... I guess we just sell and then Aladia then. Who is this girl? She keeps popping up. I know, I mean, I guess they just need a cute kid.
There's a lot of sea between here and Waloed, but any ship heading north has to round Zemeckis and put through the Narrow. Maintain our current bearing north-northeast, and we'll catch the Black Galleon before she vanishes again.
What's to prevent her from circling around Ash from the south?
With these winds in those waters, it'd taken forever and a fortnight to reach Stonehere.
Mid knows what she's talking about, Clive. Better than any of us lot, anyway. I say we do as she tells.
Sails on the horizon.
She's ours.
If you ever decide to sin FF16, then I hope you point out how destroying the mother crystals is all based on a hunch. I mean, it is, but there was some, like, he did have, like, a reason for his theory, and that, the crystals, like, sunk up ether.
Look alive, boys! Full ahead! And keep those furnaces fed!
Do you feel that?
Where's Daddy Sid? He died a long time ago in the game.
Battle stations!
Like, literally 5 years ago in the game's timeline.
Let's see what this girl can do.
I'm king of the world.
So does the other follow. The bond of consciousness which joins them, condemning both to the same fate. Yet my every attempt to strike it from their hearts serves only to tighten its hold.
I guess you can't do king of the world from the back of the boat.
Fascinating. But then, there is naught my blade cannot sever.
Great Grigos, gosh!
Wait a minute. Did you say great god's pussy? I believe she just did. Because Grieger's like a female god in this game.
Hard a port! Heads down, you brutes! And brace for impact!
Heck of a thing to pray to. Oh, Dartigan. Look, I mean, maybe it's a Britishism and Gash doesn't mean that, but I'm pretty sure it does.
It's now or never.
I'll find her.
Maybe don't fight on the ship. Oh, just like leave Clive on. Okay, yeah, good idea. Bruce Maelstrom.
Where did you hide her, Barnabas?
That's a heck of a pose you just struck there, Clive. What the f— He's like, yeah, I look good right here like this, don't I? Everybody dead? Good. Nope, no, everyone's not dead. I guess I'm nuking it. Can't see properly.
There's a good boy. Too slow.
You all good? Alright, chat, rate my gameplay for the night so far. We're gonna keep a running tally of like, okay, that was a 5 out of 10, that was a 6 out of 10 after every engagement. He has to be fair, chat. Has to be fair. Your kid's like, I'll know if you're like bullshitting. This is no Reddit true rate me after all. Has anyone tried that subreddit? I don't recommend trying it out, but heard of True Rate Me. God, what a ugh. Apparently I'm in like social media complain mode tonight. Because I noticed like that's what I've been ranting about shit. What? It's a subreddit called True Rate Me. It is just like the cringiest thing where it's like, it's a heavily moderated forum where basically women post their photos and ask for like the users there to rate them on a attractive scale. But it's so moderated and they have such a weird scale that if you like, you get banned for overrating. So if you like see someone you think is attractive to your own eyes and you like give them like a 7 or 8 out of 10, the mods will be like, temp ban for overrating. Actually, like 4 out of 10. It's become a little infamous recently because it's like just the cringiest goddamn shit. It's like definition of like peak Reddit mod. And Reddit user to a degree as well.
Need to hurry.
Sub is awful. I mean, there's plenty of subs like it, but there's something unique about that one, and the mods will step in if they think if they think you're being too kind to someone. Like if you just like objectively think someone is attractive and you say so, it's like nope, you gotta go by our scale that we gave you. Why is our little brother doing better against Odin than we did?
No! There he is! He wants him alive!
Hold on. I'm coming.
Being attractive is kind of I know we don't like having this conversation here, but being attractive is kind of objective. I mean, that's true. Attractiveness is objective. I don't disagree at all. I'm not sure why you think that's a conversation we don't like having. Swings through the top of the... You know what? I feel like every time a Zelda game comes out, the whole debate about twinks is comes back up for some reason. Like everyone remembers like, oh yeah, Link's like really hot. Let's talk about twinks again for a couple months. Looking up froyo recipes. Alright, tell me what a froyo is first. I'm like stuck in a corner. I feel like they should do way more damage than what it's doing to him. What's my favorite Reddit? Probably, what is my favorite Reddit? I don't really go on Reddit nearly as much as I used to because it kind of went downhill. But it was usually like gaming Reddit just to like keep track of like gaming news and stuff. But yeah, most of the Reddits I did enjoy, I just feel once they got too popular, I know it's a really shitty complaint, but a lot of things when they do get really popular, they do go down in quality. And Reddit, all the subreddits I've liked have usually followed that, trajectory. And now that I see them on like, Reddit all the time, they're always like terrible. But if I had to choose one that I like right now, it's probably Rare Insults. Even though that one's also getting to be a little crap. Did anyone hear a whisper? Was Dart whispering, or is it the ghost of my... It might have been my game's audio bleeding through my mic. Let me turn my speaker audio down a little bit. There we go. Oh, it doesn't let us get up on the mast. Boo. You love speculative evolution? Speculative. What is that subreddit about? Rare insults? Wow, Dart really is cringe. Wait, what? Why does it make me cringe? It's just a cookbook. You know, that is one of those jokes from The Naked Gun that I never got. That guy screaming that it's just a cookbook. It's just a cookbook. Maybe someone can explain. Then again, I haven't watched that movie since I was a kid. It's probably something like yo double entendre. A piece of cake to me. I don't even want to think about cake right now. I've had 2 cakes over the past week. I've had enough cake to like last me until long holidays. What movie is this? The Naked Gun with Leslie Nielsen. There's like a scene with some like guy like screaming, "It's just a cookbook." I can't remember what the reason what that was funny about, but I remember laughing at it as a kid. One orange brain cell? Oh, that's the one about the orange tabby cats, isn't it? Baked and finished a whole cake myself? Hey, I haven't done that. Good, but dear Lord, your diet. Yeah, cake is something you treat yourself to, you know? What do you think of the DMC reboot? The one that I sent? Because I didn't think there was another one. Like I said, it's a good game on its own, but it's not a very good DMC game. If it was called something else, it'd have been fine.
How did you...
I'll explain later. Hands. Can you walk?
Out of here I can.
How goes the game? I'm being awesome at it as usual.
Stand still!
He is.
Phoenix, are you not the dominant of fire? I see naught before me but a guttering flame.
Listen, you're no X-Death, alright? Oh.
In earnest then.
Don't think you like the first three FF games? I don't think I would either. I know that I like the story of 5 or some of the characters. Well, he did the sin thing, did he? This is very Pirates of the Caribbean right now, isn't it? I mean, that was your own ship, dude. I mean, cool. 4, 5, and 6. I've actually played most of 6. Oh, okay, the water just... Okay, he literally did part the sea like he's Noah or some shit. You know, I bet Noah would have made a really cool anime character.
I think
Maybe he's already been adapted to that. He has. Is there actually a Bible anime?
But to where?
In Beyblade, Moses parts the sea with a Beyblade. That is amazing. That he's a character in Beyblade of all things. Was it the Moses or just someone using his name?
You. What did you do to Joshua?
The Phoenix? Oh, I expect he will survive. This consciousness in which you coil your feeble souls is grown thick with desperation. And thus has my master turned to my blade. The world will soon be painted in black. And all that live shall gather in death's autumn wake.
Not if we remove the cause of this misery. Not if we destroy the last of the Mother Crystals and restore balance to the world.
Come. Do you truly think it's so simple? The blight is inevitable. Not even the Almighty might stop its endless march. Your efforts will avail us naught. Naught, that is, but suffering.
Not.
You must embrace the truth, Mythos. Accept your place with the Lord.
Keep it. As long as there's a chance, there's a choice.
Ever led astray by your blind resolve.
It is time you learn the inevitability of your divine fate.
However much it may hurt.
You think this guy is getting close to Genesis? No. This guy's better acted
Clive, no.
and has better lines.
Trust me, Jill.
You stay here and, yo, don't help me. Oh my god, for real? I mean, I guess she is tired. I got no heals, so this is not gonna go well. Well, I got 2 heals.
Oh, but we do. If only to remind you of your duty. In the short time since our last meeting, you have grown much. Yet as a vessel, I fear my lord will still find you lacking.
Wait a minute, that move looked very familiar. Are you just doing like Virgil's moveset now? To a degree?
Rise, All this fire
A little bit.
and for what? Stopping
I need more power.
a foolish notion fed to you by a foolish man.
How dare you?
You know naught of this world nor of our place in it. If our fates were so easily rewritten, we would all be gods. Show me. I have seen enough. If reason cannot sway you, there are other means of persuasion that might.
Oh, I'm about to die. Might as well use this. Oh, that sound the dog made wasn't good.
I have seen enough. If reason cannot sway you, there are other means of persuasion that might.
I don't know if I'm gonna stop him from using this move because it doesn't seem like I'm doing much to him right now. Unless it gives you plenty of time. Nope. Oh no. No, 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 stop. 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 Fine, I'll just prepare for it.
You will assume the mantle you've been given. And thus is the light of hope severed.
Oh, he just brings a Kukin on you. Oh, you're not supposed to stop it.
You would yield so soon.
Never.
Clive!
Do you not see? Your iron will weighs you down, dragging you ever further from your purpose.
And what is my purpose?
Mythos. Who are we? What are the dominants? The breath.
Why
of
does the water still
Creator
look like that? Because it's
warm
cool,
on our
that's why.
lips. We carry his light that we might guide the masses in his name. We are but mighty acts of God.
I feel like this is like trying to
We
trick
are more
weebs
than
into
that.
going to church.
You would be nothing without what he has granted you. The power we wield is his, and yet every time we draw upon it, it wears away at our very being. It breaks us, it unmakes us, that its immaculate aspect might reveal itself. The icon. It is too much for even his chosen few. Apart from you, Mythos. You wield the might of many, yet your body does not answer for its avarice.
What are you saying?
What I am saying is that we dominants are a means to an end. We were created for you, that you might drink deep of our strength and thereby fulfill your divine purpose.
Which is?
To feed. As you would know, could you only look beyond the walls of your prison of self-regard. As long as you choose to ignore this, you shall never penetrate my defenses. Still, you may take solace in the fact that you are not alone in your plight. The chains of volition shackle all of mankind, but there is yet cause to rejoice. For the Lord, in his mercy, has taken pity on his flawed creations, and shall see them restored to their proper forms.
And what exactly would that be?
Why, loyal servants to God. No.
Manners, Lord Rossfield? They are men, like you and me. Albeit ones unburdened by the wills that drive our kind to madness. They are pure. They are divine.
You mean to turn everyone Akashic?
Not turn, Mythos. Turn back. For too long has mankind been led astray by their clamorous wills. It is time they return.
This man
to
wants
a
to turn
world
everyone
of
into
quiet
NPCs.
Equality, where they might once more know
He wants everyone doing like that
salvation.
TikTok thing where they're just like going yum yum ooh yum yum ooh yum yum.
And abandon everything we hold dear.
We don't need your salvation.
That's your
We'll save
true
ourselves.
the way the
and
Lord
we'll
wants
do
you
it
to be,
on our own
Chet.
terms. Not yours. And not your gods.
With every defiant expression of your will, the tighter the chains of consciousness become. But perhaps that fact may be put to use.
You know what? Fuck you. I got a cool dog. Your argument is invalid. Uh-oh. You know,
The
how are we gonna get out of this one?
To the remaining dominance, the stronger your hunger will become. Until it leads you back to the only answer there ever was. Mayhap not by the path my master intended, but back all the same.
Run. Yeah, this is where that theme song kicks in, where it's like, run, dude, and then all the cool music
Ashes
starts
not
playing.
far. I could freeze a path.
You're in no fit state.
Probably not, but I can try.
I don't think that helped much. There's no way you're outrunning this, by the way. There's just no way. What should be happening to these two right now is the same thing that happened to those people in the submarine a few weeks back. They should be like just imploded. Thank you for the bits, by the way, Logical. Well, that was we learned a lot there. Wheel of Light. So somehow we outran the ocean. Gotcha. While running in like the mud underneath, you know, all the mud and silt that makes up the seabed. We did that.
The Enterprise was clear of the gap when we fell. They made it, Jill.
Oh wait, what?
We'll have seen the ice.
Oh, we're just drying off. Never mind.
Lead. We need only wait till dawn. This is the second time Barnabas has bested me. I'm powerless against him.
And maybe there really is nothing else for it but to give yourself to his master. Only you won't do that. The Clive I know would never do that.
So you believe? But do you really know me? If what Barnabas
Shiva said was true, then I'm more monster than man. And each time I summon the flames from within, I burn away the things that make me who I am.
Yeah, I think you're just making that part up.
Do you, though? Think of what you've used that power for. Of all the people you've saved. It doesn't matter how or
Villains plan at the end of Naruto. Put all of them in one thing. A little bit, yeah.
you choose to use it. And you've chosen to use it for good, haven't you?
I've also used it to kill. What if that's my purpose? What if it's all I'm good for?
You're still that same boy I grew up with. Always so eager to save
You know, they need to make their
around.
hair look wet and then also like shivering cold for them to be like, take all their clothes off for this scene.
Because you failed to realize the one
But their hair still
thing
looks
that needed
immaculate.
saving most of all. You, Clive. You.
What did you miss? We outran the
never
ocean.
once took
That's what you
the
missed.
time to save yourself.
Sex? No, they're just drying off next to a fire.
I think I might be beyond saving.
No one is beyond saving. Provided they want to be saved. You fight to survive. And you survive so that you may protect those you love. It's what you do.
Actually, would they even need to... Would Clive even need to make a fire to dry off? He can literally, like, create flames from his body. Insta-dry.
And I know you're not about to change. So I'm going to help you. To give you what you need to protect us all.
Jill. Are you sure?
And how can Shiva feel cold? Excellent point with that, too.
If this is what you want, then...
No more hover hand for this guy.
Don't worry, Clive. It is. This burden, I'll give you the strength to bear it alone.
But I'm not alone. These burdens I
Yeah, I'm not alone. I got a dog. I already know.
My sins, my pain, my sorrow. I see now that they are all a part of me.
Does it normally make you, like, gasm? This may be the most epic boob grab in entertainment history, Chad. It's really like magic and light. You know what? I still think Titus and Eunice's kiss got them beat, though.
If I'm to continue on, having pledged my life to those I love, then I will gladly bear your burdens too, until my last breath.
Clive.
I promise you, Jill, we will find a way to escape this fate. Find a way
Oh, come on, just... Ugh. Dragging it out too long. Wait, that's it? Kiss the hand?
That we might one day look upon the moon again, together.
And I promise you, Clive, that I will be there, no matter what you must become.
Okay, yeah, they're just like, let's get another couple minutes out of this scene.
I never thought a smile could bring me so much joy.
God, they were like two magnets fighting against the same poles trying to kiss. Like, maybe if I push this way. No, you come in. There we go. Thank you for the bits, by the way. And Torgal watched. Pets will often do that. You know they're judging you, right? Like, he calls that doggy style. Their ship survived? Yeah, it was Odin's ship that went down to the bottom. Jill should have used their powers more before Clive took it away. Well, he doesn't technically take away their powers when he does that. Because as we've seen, like, from, like, both Garuda and Titan, they still were able to use their powers after he, like, absorbed some of them.
What of Barnabas? Do we pursue him?
No.
Post-nut clarity be
Our
hidden,
paths will
yeah.
cross again
A
soon
little bit.
enough,
Just a touch.
whether we like it or not. Besides, there is something we must do first.
Of course. Drake's spine. The last mother crystal.
The Einherjar is at the bottom of the sea.
We have to do a side quest? No, I'm good.
Won't dare move on Storm without her. But they know we're coming now. We'll need a plan. And a damn good one at that.
Then let's go home and find one. Ash will have to wait.
Is there an icon of sin? The longer on Midgard he is, the stronger he becomes? No, I don't think that's how it works. I don't think they're doing Doom memes. Okay. Wait, I just got here, now I gotta go all the way home? Why don't I head this way? Right there. How would you rate the antagonists of this game as FF villains? So far they've all been pretty solid. Morgana, hey. Hey Dart, something interesting happened yesterday. I was playing Overwatch and the enemy team decides to have 3 tanks. So I decided to use Moira and they throw a fit and decide I'm being cheap even though there's ways to counter her.
She's always been partial to
I mean 3 tanks alone is already pretty cheap.
And then there's two.
From what I recall of
I
Overwatch.
believe it myself.
I see your uncle isn't with you.
He stayed with the Enterprise. After our brush with the Einherjar, she was in urgent need of repair.
Who's your favorite villain in the game?
Knows a
Probably
ship
Clive's
right in
mom was the
Mandalore.
best just because she
To
wasn't
join him there,
superpowered.
we
She was
went
just,
to Selfrash.
You
manipulative
sure that's wise?
and a magnificent
Spotted
bitch.
The place was still overrun with Akashic.
Show me a city where that isn't true. Ultima's plague
Her scenes had more
is
impact
spreading.
without just turning into a big
We're
monster.
running out of time, aren't we? We've done our best to shore up that hideaway. But I doubt a few planks will stop what's coming. Still, we'll keep at it. Every little helps, I suppose.
Let's hope so.
What happened to Joshua? He disappeared during the fight, but I guess he's like, since he's the Phoenix, he can't probably actually die or something. How do you feel about the light at the moment? The light? What do you mean the light? Power of ice. Clive has claimed a portion of the icon Shiva's essence. Meaning with Shiva not only changes the elemental aspect of Clive's magic spells, but also allows... Gotcha. Shiva's feet. Shiva's iconic feat, Cold Snap, can be used to swiftly move left, right, forward, back to either dodge attacks, close in on the enemy.
I should visit Joshua.
He means Bahamut? They're alright. They're good for like doing a lot of damage and simultaneously with a bunch of different moves. I'm not too thrilled with like the one where there's the move where you gotta like just sit there and like wait for it to charge forever. It's kind of hard to make that one work very well. Because you just have to sit there and do nothing but like dodge. Chad, I have a question for you. See this big body of water we're next to our base here? You see this big body of water that we're situated in? We're in like the middle of a lake. Where is it on the map? Because I'm not seeing anything here that looks like water. Symbol covers. Okay, bullshit. Just like,
How may I help you today, Clive? Come to claim your just desserts? You earned this. Come again. I may have more for you.
Okay, we got 2 new side quests. They got pluses on them, chat, so I gotta do them. But first, let's see what the old Lady McThirst up here has to say.
Then again, why settle for low-born chaff when we've honest-to-goodness royalty right here beneath our roof? If Prince Dion cannot see my love for him, then perhaps the Phoenix will.
Lady, what you gotta do is you gotta start acting more like an NPC and just start like making like canned animations and noises. Gets all the guys hot and bothered. Miss the natural light that the world had before the Bahamut fight? You mean like everything being clouded? Yeah, but weirdly they did that in FF15 as well, where they like block out the sun for a bit. Though that was like nighttime and all the times though. The sun hates us.
Have you tried Molly's lemon tarts?
Lady Karen's in a favour with one of her supplies.
That's where the other one... Where am I going? The wrong way. That's where I'm going. I mean, I can deal with constant nighttime. The tent just annoys me a little. Yeah, I'm not a fan of, like, overcast either. But it's whatever. Most of the game takes place in, like, nighttime anyways. Or at least anything important. How you liking the game? I'm enjoying myself. Like I said, it's not my favorite Final Fantasy, but it's definitely like better than anything that's come out of it in like the past 20 years.
Ah, Sid. Just the man I was hoping to see. Did you have a mo?
Don't tell me. You need more bomb ash.
Oh no, we still got plenty of that left. I'm working on bringing another one of the Chief's designs to life. This time, it's a new smelter. It's got a reverberatory hood over the top for additional thermo amplification and a system of reciprocal
patches?
recirculatory regenerators that,
What do you mean?
let's just say it gets very blimmin' hot. A heck of a lot hotter than anything Black.
I don't think that's the same voice actor. I mean, hey, I didn't recognize him.
Mithril engines get hotter, and you can't chuck ore in one of them and get metal out the other end. Trouble is, we won't be able to make it out of any old rubbish neither. We need the good stuff. And I hear you once helped Helena get her hands on exactly that. Any chance you could help me too?
If it's for the good of the hideaway, I'd be happy to.
Oh, it is. I promise you.
So, what exactly is this good stuff you need me to find?
When you phrase it like that, Clive, it makes me think you're going to look for drugs.
We've got a couple of examples here. Spherical echoes, we call them.
More fallen materials. So this smelter is similar to the mithril engine in more ways than one.
That's right. They're a bit like the thermal helms. Fallen ceramics deal with heat like nothing else, see? And what's more, they're directional, transferring heat from the inside to the outside. But these things, they're all outside. If we line the hood with them, they'll reflect the heat right back into the furnace. We've collected as many as we can, and I know where we can get the rest. Trouble is, they're all watched.
You're on drugs right now? What kind?
So you want me to visit some ruins, destroy some echoes, and bring back the spheres they're guarding?
That's it in a nutshell, yeah. We're only 3
Hopefully not the
short,
synthetic varieties.
and we know exactly where they are. There's one up Amber Way, in that ruin that they call Lost Plume, and another
Nice
in
brownies,
the
okay.
south, over in
No, I'm not
Dalrekia.
concerned anymore.
Last one is in the ruins of Advent, which is in the Empire.
All right then. Wish me luck.
Jay, you know what would really help this side quest game out a lot? If you could get these items by accidentally by stumbling across them before you ever get the quest. Because I'm pretty sure a lot of these like fetch quests I would have already like got a couple of the items for. I feel like that's a better way of doing that type of quest. If you're gonna have like, hey, I need this many items, make it so I can actually just like get them and, you know, find the stuff that I need without ever, you know, taking on the quest, just by exploring. That way when I do get the quest, I can like either have it halfway done already without even like thinking about it. You're on Dartigan right now? Dartigan. Why haven't I made any money from this then? Pretty much carried the team using Moira because we were losing badly before that. Sometimes that's all it takes is like one change. What happened to Dion? He went back home and then collapsed, and then a medicine girl found him.
Heard the bad news then, did you?
What bad news?
About Dravost. Blackthorn's old haunt. With the forge and all that. Well, anyway, the mines just down the road from there are spewing at Aoife like no one's business.
And the village?
Safe from the flood for now, but they've got other problems. Akashic. Every creature in the area is either turned or on the way to turning, apparently. Zoltan and the others are living on borrowed time. They need help, and quick. Doris sent a few curse breakers to keep an eye on things, but there's only so much a couple of scouts can do. Except get eaten. If something ain't done soon, the old place will be overrun.
I won't let that happen.
Didn't think you would.
Does Blackthorn know?
I thought it might be better if he didn't. He'd only do something stupid. You reckon we should tell him?
No. It's better this way.
Yeah, well, I can't stand about knowing what's happening out there, so I'm off. I'll see you in Dravost.
Good. You imagine Dartigan makes you perceptive enough to spot game sins? Yeah, but what are the horrible side effects that they mentioned in tiny text at the bottom of the ad? There's always that, chat. There's always that.
Come back.
Hope adrift on foam-flecked peaks, despair looms below. Yet in the dark, a
a flame is sparked that warms us in its glow.
Oh, don't tell me we've run out of pep here, Clive.
You got anything new? Nope. Nothing.
It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall. I've heard loot versions of that song.
Awfully thin these days.
What do I owe the honor?
There's entire channels actually based off just doing loot covers of like popular music.
So, what it be?
Ice brand, huh? Sure, why not?
No scratches, right?
No upgrade? Not going to buy the last elixir from Karen? I mean, I don't really need it, no. You're making tea, how we doing? Well, we're like back in base, and I've got side quests with pluses, so I gotta do them for upgrades, but I just bought a new sword, so I'm great. New toys make boys nice and happy, you know? And we also listen to the bard. You branded your ice girl last night? Branded her? What do you mean by that? I just like touched her collarbone.
Yet in the dark, a flame is sparked that warms us in its glow.
Punch the collarbone? Collarbone? No, that's not how you get a girl's powers. Did they get their Witcher guy to sing that? I do not. Yeah, I don't think that's the same person, but you know, probably inspired by that. Alright, also I gotta check out my new powers too, right? Okay, we'll replace Titan for a bit with Shiva. Only one more to get. Rhyme. Summon a colossal ice crystal that deals continuous damage on enemies that come trapped in it. The Ice Age. Unleash a river of icicles that greatly knocks back enemies. Cold Snap. Mesmerize. Launch multiple shards of ice that upon striking lighter enemies draw them toward you. That one seems pretty good. Diamond Dust. Summon a winter storm that freezes enemies in place with a radiant. Yeah, we're definitely getting that one. Why not? We can always like refund stuff if we don't want these points back later. What has happened so far? We chased Odin down on his boat, then we got Jill back, then he kicked our ass after he split the ocean in two. Then we had a romantic night shivering on the beach and like touching her chest to take her power away from her because she wanted to give it to us. After we found out the truth that, you know, we're meant to, like, take all the Icon's power. And now we're back here at base. Of course you'd play that. You know what? I don't mind. Play it as much as you like, but thank you for the bits, too. And now, I gotta do side quests. Traded her power for the D. Okay, that just seems inappropriate. Like, she still has her power. She just can't control turning into, like, a big icon anymore or something? Okay. Where are we going? Yeah, let's go do the blacksmith ones first. Of course, you don't mind money? Well, hey, as long as you have good timing with it. No, I don't. I go sleep now. Please raise the baby well. Look, I'm pretty sure these people have protection. It's probably crystal-based, though, when you think about it, though.
For now, at least.
If you can swing a hammer, you can swing a sword.
Clive! You're here!
And the Akashic?
Mostly off to the
That
north
scene
still.
was basically the one where Cloud and Tifa sit under high wind. I was actually
turns out
thinking that in my head. It just that
Swarms
in
of
their
them out there.
scene, Cloud and
Told old
Tifa still have
Snotty
their
to be ready
clothes
to
on.
seal the north gate. That should buy us some time if we need it. Enough for the villagers to barricade themselves inside their homes, at least.
Well done.
Welcome back, Sid. I'd never have guessed, you know.
Hey, it's the guy still talking to his
Not if
chief.
August hadn't let slip. Who'd have thought that the savior of Dravosht would turn out to be the realm's most infamous outlaw? Keen to help us out again?
You don't know they didn't take them off. I know, but I'm just saying the scene itself depicted them still wearing them.
Blackthorn.
Oh, what are you doing here?
One of the scouts couldn't keep his voice down. Unlike my best mate who didn't think I deserved to know. Zoldan, how long's it been? Long enough for us two to turn into a pair of old codgers, I see.
That your idea of an apology? Prick.
Don't listen to him. You only did what you thought was best. For the village and that.
Still a chance. Wait for the remake scene, alright?
Yeah. But that ain't the whole of it. Vulcan, our master, didn't leave the chiefdom to the two of us. He left it to me. The best blacksmith in Dravosht, barring himself, of course. Bloody stupid tradition, in my opinion. If someone's got talent, you should let them practice their craft, not ask them to settle petty feuds and barter for grain. Our master wasted half his life that way. I wasn't about to let that happen to me.
So you wasted half of mine instead.
You're what Dravos needed. Under me and my precious ideals, this place wouldn't have lasted a year. So I left to devote myself to the work and spare you lot the consequences. I may be a selfish prick, but I only did what I felt I had to.
What you had to do was your duty!
Even if it meant we all starved?
Enough. This is no time for bickering. You can finish beating each other up once Dravosht is safe.
Fine. I've said my piece anyway.
Yeah.
So classy, Chad. My chat is always on best
Clive.
behavior.
I shouldn't have stuck my nose in. Short enough on
At least when
time
I'm
as it
looking
is.
at them.
Still, give us a mo,
This
would you?
dude's salty because his friend left town to live his life. I know, right?
Before any of them Akashic tried to bite it off.
How dare you? How dare you? Can I just go kill monsters now?
You, ready
Also,
for the
what would
off,
our
then?
blacksmiths like ideals for the town even been? Like, I think we should just make metal and stuff. I'm pretty sure that's what they would have been doing anyways.
Right you are. Might be worth having one last word with the scouts, though. Don't want any nasty surprises, do we? Oh, and Blackthorn, you and Zoltan might be better off staying inside the...
Akashic on the move.
How close are they?
Within sight of the walls. And there are more coming up from the mines.
What was I saying about nasty surprises?
They'll wash right over us if we stay out in the open. We're pulling back behind the gates.
Good idea. Get yourselves inside, but keep your weapons handy.
Understood.
I'm prepared to fight if I have to.
Well, let's hope you don't. That's our job. Once the scouts are inside, order your men to barricade the gates. No heroic last stands, you hear me? No fighting at all if you can help it.
August's right. I've seen what Akashic beasts can do to armor. The people here are tough and willing, but they ain't equipped to face what's coming.
I'm going out there. Start work on the gate as soon as I've left. I'll give you as much time as I can.
And if they kill you?
You evacuate. But it won't come to that. I promise.
You'd better be right.
Take good care of Dravoj till I get back.
Leave it to me. And give those things what for, yeah?
I want to state that while I do like this game, I do think it's dragging on a little bit at this point. It's going on just a little longer than it needs to. And adding all this extra side content in that you want upgrades is a little unnecessary.
Which one of you is first?
I really don't want Final Fantasy to become like a lot of Western RPGs that are just chock full of side quests and everything else. Now let's try out this stuff.
Slow.
That's pretty good. Not even good side quests. I know it definitely. Like I said, I prefer FF7 Remake's way of doing the side quests, where they're like designated times for it, and also well, they're also usually more interesting too. Hard to get the Shiva's precise dodge down. I think it leaves behind like a crystal that damages them, right? Oh, there we go. If you precise dodge with cold snap, you freeze everything in the area. If not, but close, you leave a crystal for them to walk into. Mega flare charge a lot faster if you stand still. I did not notice that. Oh, wait a minute. Thick chimera. really hard to pull off the timing of that perfect dodge move though. Oh shit. Epic dog somersault into the... Hey Gareth, you have a good night by the way. Is that not a status effect? Freezing? There are no status effects in this game, technically. It's one of the things they removed, you know. Frozen in place, yeah, but that's like still barely a status effect. Freaking died. Thank you. Good. And the villagers can eat it for many years to come.
Now, the question is, did I miss any?
Man alive! You're still in one piece!
I slew as many as I could.
As many as I could, he says. The old bleeding lot, more like it. Well, almost.
Only almost.
Yeah, one or two did try to sneak over the wall. But we got the bastards, don't you worry.
Good. Though you do know, more will come in time.
In time, yeah. But we can think about them later. Let's get you back inside.
Meat might be too chewy, you know, there's ways of rectifying that. Ways you can cook it to remove the chewiness. Or you can just whack it with a hammer for a bit.
Sid, you're even more fearsome than your reputation.
Speaking of cooking, why have I been seeing so many like stupid food gifs of people like boiling all their food in butter recently?
But mostly, I felt.
I've noticed that. Is this a new trend? Well, I don't know if using a ton of butter is a new trend, but like ungodly amounts of it.
I've only delayed the inevitable. There's no getting rid of that ether flood.
Meaning that any living thing which stumbles
Thinking
into
like, yeah,
those
it's like they
mines will
literally
end up
like have
clawing
like
at
a
your walls
crock
again.
pot like full of
That's if
butter
the
or
flood
melted
don't
butter, and it's like boiling their meat in it,
Does, well, I hate to say it, but the village's days are numbered.
making can of butter. No, they're cooking meat, but they're like using like several boxes of butter, and like it's like a butter soup with like meat just boiling in it. Is the best way of describing it. In fact, I saw one dude take it one step further. I saw a dude today who had this like long piece of meat. I don't know what cut it was, but first he fried it he fried it all in oil, then he took it out and then he boiled it in butter.
That's twice you've turned up when
I don't know
needed
what
you.
he was making, but I guess he was happy.
Thanks.
Yeah, fried it in oil, took it out of that pot, then fried it in butter.
I shouldn't have left without talking
I mean, my man,
Too bloody right.
you're trying to commit suicide at that point.
Though I doubt I'd have listened. I always envied you. How you made everything look so easy when for me.
Blooming onions, or I mean, a blooming onion is really just an onion ring. Is all it
gave me
is.
the perfect excuse to hate
Just in like a different form.
And from that day on, I never once stopped to wonder what it would have been like if you'd stayed. But what you said earlier, it was true.
It's just like, here's an onion that we breaded and fried in some oil. You just cut differently.
I hope you see the sense of it eventually.
For like making it like a food that multiple people eat. Whereas an onion ring is very solitary. On set, we need to do kisses. We mess with each other by eating onions, garlic, etc., just to see who can have like the worst breath. What do you do then? What's your go-to?
And turns a profit. It's not about the craft anymore. I wouldn't send my sons to war wearing the shit most of our smiths are making. I've kept working, honing my skills.
That wouldn't work on me because I like the smell of garlic.
No one sees the point. The average castle apprentice has as much passion for the craft as our current lot.
I'd be like, pizza kisses. Even better.
Remind Dravhorst what a true master blacksmith looks like. I'll even man those bellows of yours if it means we can work at the same forge again. That's a kind offer.
Lucky's breath is the blight. Are you like a Marlboro, Lucky?
I wish I could accept.
Many tentacles, spits out status affecting your bad breath.
People who trust their lives to my steel, and I daren't let them down. Fair enough. But that doesn't mean I couldn't visit from time to time. Let's see if we can't rekindle his passion
Stinky cancer. You know, I've heard some people, maybe it's the chemo, but sometimes cancer patients do develop like an odor. So it might just be all the chemicals we're pumping them full of.
Knowing him, he'd let you in anyway. Blackthorn.
Goddess of secondhand.
The master smith turned outlaw.
I wonder if there was a Greek god for that. Actually, I guess the Greeks didn't smoke, did they? Since they didn't have tobacco. So never mind.
I'd say that went pretty well, wouldn't you?
Has any polytheistic religion ever had a god of smoking?
Sid.
I don't think that's ever been a thing, is it?
Something for you.
Like by the time smoking became a thing, like mono religions had basically dominated.
And this is a token of our lasting gratitude. But I'm of a mind to make you a far grander gift.
I'm pretty sure there had ever been like a god of smoking. I would have seen it plastered on t-shirts all over the place.
For generations.
Now hold on, Zoltan. There's a reason no one's made that blade in centuries. There's not been a craftsman equal to the task. I'll admit your cinders make impressive steel, and I've learned to own an edge Odin will be proud of. But the engravings on that thing are enough to make a jeweler cry.
Engravings give you no tactical advantage whatsoever.
Have you forgotten what brought you back to Dravhorst in the first place? A certain ring? I knew I'd never surpass you with the hammer and tongs. So I turned my hand to a different kind of metalwork. Between the two of us, I'd say we're the equal of any master craftsman.
Is this like the ultimate weapon these two can make for you?
You know what?
Oracles did have stuff to get high. Wasn't that a scene in 300 as well?
Clive, you wouldn't mind if Zoltan came back to the hideaway, would you?
He's more than welcome. As long as he can keep our secret.
Right. Zoltan, Get your tools. We've got a legend to forge.
Hey boy, what's up, my guy? How you doing? Sorry, I yawned right as I was saying, hello to you. You know what? Yawn speak? Some people like that.
I have some things for sale. Here you are. Certainly. May we meet again.
Alright. Let's go ahead and, like, before I head back there, do this other side mission that gives me an advancement of some kind as well. Maybe it's the rune sword that would need engravings. I mean, I had to assume that getting the best weapon in the game is now an option at some point, because there can't be that much left of the game. Based off, like, we're learning stuff. We had a romance scene. We know we can't really introduce any more villains at this point.
Let's go.
We only got one crystal left to break.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Have they fridged the love interest yet? No, she's still alive. But we now have her power as well. Given willingly through a romantic scene, I think.
I'll need to deal with these ones first.
Wait, well, that's what I gotta kill, never mind.
To find this spherical echo.
Where is it? Technically, you get the best weapon in game for playthrough 1 beginning. Oh, you don't get the best weapon in game till you beat it. Okay.
This is it. Right
I
there.
don't like that, to be honest with you.
Still more to find.
Alright. Here. Incentives? Yeah, this game is too long for a second playthrough in my opinion. It's already like stretching on a little bit.
Good girl.
Go ahead over there. Okay, not too bad.
Damn it. The whole village has turned. No need to ride from here.
Oh yeah, we kind of saved this village earlier in the game, didn't we? Actual best weapon could be accessed through Final Fantasy mode. What is Final Fantasy mode? Hard mode? Oh, we gotta give it a special name. Be sure Final Fantasy mode is new game plus hard mode unlocked after winning. Yeah, there's sometimes with that move I just did where I can like do multiple flame arcs, and then other times where it only does the basic two. And I don't know what the trigger for it is, so I'll spam that button and not get multiple ones out. Trigger is jank. I mean, there's a possibility of that. Did you fully max out the move? The only thing I haven't done is like... Actually, I think I did fully max that one out. You got block... Oh, that's how you do it. You block a magic attack. Okay. That's what I was thinking it might be, but I wasn't for sure. Counter move? Yeah, I mainly just use it for a direct attack, though. So is there going to be DLC for this game as well? Yep. Will they be taking the Final Fantasy 15 approach to DLC where they give it a bunch of episodes? Focus on other characters. But that might be interesting. Alright, where's the thing? Better question, do you think there will be any crossover cameos, any likelihood of seeing Dante or Virgil? Since those are always owned by Capcom, very low. Don't see it happening, in fact.
This won't be easy.
I just realized my dog only go into its like double trigger mode when Clive does.
Nice try.
Torgal just living his life. I'm kind of fully expecting the dog to die at some point as well. Just for extra sad. But then again, they seem like they've dropped the like, okay, let's just like add needless tragedy in now for a bit. I guess they peaked with like Sid and like, you know what, that's enough. Because they didn't even kill like the dragon guy. Like Dion. There's an amulet that when you precision dodge, you get like 5 seconds. Yeah, I have that one, but it just seems too broken, so I didn't use it. I think that's all of them I needed, right? No, there's one up here. Why are there so many side quests in this one area? Right, over here. It is very broke, yeah, that's why I didn't use it. It's like, you know, plus it got annoying happening every time I dodged. And I didn't like it.
No use calling Ambrosia now.
I got peppers to numb your tongue up.
Let of us believe these.
Where's the shop? Let's let me buy potions.
Why, you're welcome.
Love that pepper seller. He's doing his best, you know. I mean, he's a horrible racist. They'll probably hate me, but you know what?
An
Wish him the
excellent
best.
choice.
Ambrosia won't help me here.
Hey, GMC, have a good night, man.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Remember that game you called last year called Solstice, which had two sisters, a little one being a soul? I got an update last month that lets you use their final cutscene combined from form called Saber. It's basically that game Sin Devil Trigger. Oh, bullshit would have that. Kind of forgot about that game actually. I mean, obviously I didn't complete playing it, but I also just lost interest. Definitely getting a sequel. Did it do that well? And there we go. How can you forget that game? Chat needles you about not finishing it like once a month, do they? I mean, if they do, I usually play. I guess I don't read the comment too. But like chat forgot about it as well. I mean, we had a, like what, 4 or 5 streams of it, and it just kind of petered out because it's kind of out of steam at that point. I had my time with it. I was satisfied stopping where I did. Why are you hitting a big-ass beach ball? Because I needed items for a side quest. Specifically something that'll, like, make my furnace better, I think. And then another one because I can apparently make, like, a really good sword. Though I probably won't have the items for it.
How was she? The Enterprise, I mean. Ah, Sid. Wasn't expecting you back so soon. So, is it good news or bad?
Did you do the bounty with the big dragon? I haven't. You mean the hunts? I have not done a hunt in a while now.
Good.
Gonna head to
thankfully.
work, so I'll be watching from the sides. I appreciate it. You have a good day at work, though, man.
Brilliant! Thanks a blimmin' million! I'll fit 'em to the smelter right away! May I present to you the Telemon Furnace! Ain't bad, is she?
She's a beauty.
You saved my bacon again, Sid, and I ain't about to let your good deed go unrewarded.
It's fine, really. My bag's flexible enough already.
I too
Don't
possess
see
a very
that.
flexible
I'm
bag.
sure I can make a few improvements to it yet.
You could just buy me a bigger...
How about that clasp? Looks a bit stiff. Reckon you could loosen it up and make some more room? And I reckon I know how. With a new alloy we've
I
been
mean,
working
God,
on.
it's just a
The
bag
Telemon
clasp. It doesn't
Furnace was
require
just
brand new
what we needed
alloys.
to perfect it. It's a metal.
God, we're getting
see?
Gucci with
So
this
it's
shit.
lovely and strong, but it's also, well, stretchy, if you can believe it.
Stretchy metal. Well, if you insist.
That is the spirit. You'll love it. I promise.
Mm-hmm. New bag acquired.
So, what do you reckon?
It's
Sid likes being fashionable, you know.
quite ingenious. Thank you, Owain.
Shh, don't mention it. You earned it. And I wanted to get some practice in using that metal anyway. Reckon we'll have all kinds of uses for it around the hideaway. Can't think of any right now, but that's our job, innit? Dreaming up new ways to make life easier around here. Maybe even out there, too. One day, the whole world's gonna know about the inventions you've helped us put together. That bag of yours will be the first of many.
Clang, clang,
Mark my
clang.
words.
Hmm.
They'll hardly believe their eyes, I'm sure.
Am I done getting bag upgrades now, though? I kind of thought the last one was going to be my, who knows? I can now hold 8 push, 5 high push. Okay. That was the final one. I'm kind of glad of that. That means fewer side quests that I'm, invested in. How do you feel your contribution to the game in depth, lore, and world building? I mean, that's every game, right? I mean, I am the guy. I am the guy. I'm not sure how to answer that question. How do you feel? You're basically asking him, how do you feel about being a main character? I mean, I guess it's nice if I'm going to be controlling the game. Side quests in the second half of the game get so good. I mean, have they? I mean, I think I'm well into the second act of the game, or even the third act, and I can't say that I've been, I look forward to doing side quests. I'm really only doing the ones that give me pluses and like true actual upgrades now.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out there. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. It'd better all be here. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
But also, welcome to the channel, Michael. How you been?
Ah, the man himself.
We were just about to make a start on that sword I promised you.
It's funny, but none of this would have been
Yeah.
possible without
Here's the
your
thing: the side quest should have been good since the beginning, in my opinion. That's kind of like the whole point of a side quest, to serve as a distraction and take a break from the main quest. I've never felt like I'm being distracted away from the main quest by them. I'd rather just get back to the main quest usually.
And that whetstone from the Outer Isles, that'll be what gives the blade its edge. And the final flourish will be my talented colleagues' engraving.
A team effort led by the greatest blacksmith alive.
Now, save that talk till the thing's finished, yeah? Right. I'm ready if you are.
To the bellows it is then.
Clang, clang, clang.
Well, bugger me. We actually did it.
The sword to end all swords. Ragnarok.
The key blow, I mean, yeah, Ragnarok. I like them all because I like the characters. I was less focused on what I was fetching and more on who I was fetching them for and why. That was just my point. Yeah, I mean, if you like him, you like him. I'm not slamming you for that. I just, for the most part, I'm not able to like get that intrigued into the side quests in the game.
Nah, this was just following the footsteps of the greats of old.
Well, at least I didn't have to find the stuff to make this thing.
History, but we're up for the challenge. Here, a list of materials.
Wait, what?
Zoltan and I got talking on the long road back from Dravost.
We reckon with those items there, we could craft something even better than the Ragnarok. Something worthy of a legendary outlaw.
I can at least still have Ragnarok though, right?
That's a weapon I'd like to see. You leave this list with me.
I was hoping you'd say that.
One legend at a time, eh, lads? Before you start on the next, who fancies raising a cup to friendship reforged?
Good idea. No more drinking to forget my past. It's about time I had something to celebrate.
Then tap the kegs! Vulcan's boys are on their way!
Isn't this guy now guilty of doing the same thing he's pissed off about our blacksmith for doing, leaving the village? Dartigan. Oh, of course. And we got Ragnarok though. Time to get white girl wasted. I haven't heard that one in a while. Just made you the ultimate weapon, but we can make an even more ultimate weapon. They can't call it ultimate weapon though, like they would in previous Final Fantasy games, because they chose that name for their villain for some strange reason. Yeah, Ultima has been a villain before in Final Fantasy, he just was never like a major one. I think he first appeared in FF6, but he's like a dog monster or something. Alright, that's pretty good. Sword in Final Fantasy is called Ultimate Weapon. Is it a glowing blue crystal like it usually is?
Trouble with your gear, or... I never, if it hadn't been... So, what'd it be?
What do I need? I need Ragnarok. Okay, you need Ragnarok as the base, and you need Orichalcum, and then Dark Steel and Primitive Battlehorn. But it's 375 damage, so about 50 more than my current weapon.
Anything else?
Yeah, I'm guessing this will be my sword to the end of for the rest of the game, though. At this point, since I'm going to be, you know, making Dartigan.
Awfully thin these days.
Get the S rank hunts done. I mean, it's more side quests, you know. Haven't I played this game enough? It's like going in like 10 or more streams of it so far.
How do you
I've only got 2 actual S quests, S ranks though. The Ruin Awakened and the Breaker of Worlds. But not right now. More unlock after the next area. I kind of figured as much.
How are you feeling, Joshua?
Better than I was.
But not nearly as well as you should be. Your cuts and burns may have healed, but your body still bears the burden of every spell cast.
And what would you have had me do? It was no ordinary foe we faced. It was the Warden of Darkness. Yet still, it was not enough. The king could have ended me at any moment, but instead chose to toy with me like a curl does a mouse.
You underestimate yourself.
Oh, it was crystal clear. Only one man established his dominance that day, and that man was Barnabas. I'm sorry, brother. That was...
Aren't you the guy who literally outsmarted the guy that guy worships though?
And when so many
Yeah, you literally have his god inside you
perhaps.
because you like just busted a move on him.
Perhaps the prince...
Why didn't you remind him of that one? Luna is here. Your cat has been summoned. How's Luna doing? Gah. Time for snuggles. Oh, they're doing the paper lantern thing.
What is this place?
It's called a hovel, and I'm poor.
Don't move.
Is this poverty? I've never known.
Here, it's fresh from the well.
I love unfiltered water. Unboiled too, you say? Taste the E. coli. I speak as someone who once had to drink well water and that got, infected with E. coli. Good times.
Grandmother told me spirits sometimes get lost, and that the lanterns guide them to their proper place. I set one on the river for
The purpose of the little girl, she's there for this guy. That's what she's there for.
The fiend works from the shadows. Was it you who guided my hand then, Ultima? No, not you. This is my doing, my fault, my sin to bear. And for it, I must atone.
Your hurts are healing nicely. It was my poultices that saw you well.
You make them?
And sell them, or try to. Earns me enough for bread, most days.
Forgive me. I have nothing to...
I know, but I couldn't just leave you lying there.
Accountability from the nobility, I know, right?
You're
It's one of the
going
good
then.
ones.
Of course. I'm healed. Thanks to you and your poultices.
Will you promise to come back and visit?
What?
Well, Phoenix, it would seem that I owe you my wings.
There are no good... Well, then what do you call him? What am I supposed to take away from him, then?
Perhaps he can find an answer. You will be returning to Waloed soon, I gather.
I see no
Please
reason
let
to
me do
wait.
that. I've done enough.
Then neither do I.
I can think of a few, but I doubt they'll stop you. You will take your medicine.
Of course, Lady Daya.
Set on leaving already, are you?
How long will it take us to get back to Ash?
Dunno, about the same amount of time it took us to get here. Maybe less, if your uncle can find someone trustworthy to patch up the Enterprise. All depends on where we're putting into port, mind.
Yes. It's not as if we can put ashore wherever we choose. We have to assume that the whole of Ash is hostile, and that we'll be attacked on sight.
Then we must find a place they won't think to look. And I have an idea who might know of one.
The Professor! I'll go and tell you coming.
While you're plotting our course, I'll be in the shelves with your lawsman. I wish to pick his brains about Ultima.
Then I'll talk to Karen about supplies for the journey. They may not be easy to come by in Ash.
No more side quests. Well, sometimes the main quest can be a little side questy, as you've come to see.
Your brother's body won't take much more of this recklessness. You know that, don't you?
I do.
It's kind of weird. Our little brother is always having that, like, I'm gonna, like, cough up blood stuff, and it's just the curse he's got, right? But none of the other people who have to, like, have the same curse ever, like, you know, they just start turning pale on their arms and legs. Second there, I thought she said she was going to talk to a Karen. I think there is a... No, Karen. There is a person here with that name, but it's spelled with a CH.
I'll still say we're a compliment.
Say it all you like. It doesn't make... Ah, Clive. I was wondering when you'd arrive. Please tell me you've
Magical
come to
genetics.
take
That
our
is a
young
new
prodigy
term you just
here off
unlocked,
my
Dixity.
hands.
Magical genetics.
I'm not here for Mid. I need information on Ash.
Then why not ask Molly if you can look in one of her ovens? Go on.
As soon as the Enterprise is ready, we'll be setting out for Drake's Spine. And we're going to need a safe place to land.
Preferably one that won't see my ship blown to shit and splinters.
If it were that easy, do you think Waloed would have resisted invasion for so long? Very little is known of Ash, and the information we do have is spotty and outdated. We have the good King Barnabas to thank for that. Waloed's borders have been closed to outsiders since the day he seized the throne. If there is anywhere safe to land, you won't find it on my map.
Then tell us what we will find. I'm sure you know better than we do.
But no splinters.
All right. If it will get you out of my hair. But interrupt me, and it's over. Understood? Barnabas Tharm, the one they call the Last King. Understand him, and you will understand the kingdom of Waloed. Barnabas was only a boy when he arrived from beyond the southern seas, and barely a man before he united the ragged tribes of Ash. And having unleashed them upon the formidable Veldemark, he set his throne upon the ancient kingdom's ruins. The victory sent shockwaves around Valisthea, tales of Odin's might spreading through every court, parlor, and drinking hole in the realm. Note that this was in the year 843, and that the king still sits upon his throne some 40 years later, quite untouched by time. Waloed's recent inaction left many wondering if Odin had lost his appetite for war. And yet here we are. The Einherjar was committed to the fray, a bold declaration of intent. Orcs swarm around Drake's Fang, and throngs of Akashic haunt Canvas streets. Though how precisely the havoc they wreak serves Waloed remains unclear. Regardless, if the order to attack truly came from King Barnabas, then one thing is certain.
How old is this guy? I'm guessing.
Waloed has achieved the impossible.
So he's set the throne for 40 years? Probably like in his like 70s or 80s, but it looks like the way he is.
Alike. All of which is a roundabout way of saying that you will be in unknown territory when you set foot on Ash.
He's got the magical genetics, you know.
Much of the continent has already been lost to the blight, and what few ports remain will be fiercely guarded. And that is to say naught of its natural defenses. Offshore currents will cast an ill-equipped ship out to sea one moment, and dash it against the rocks the next. But then the Enterprise is anything but
Gazoon tight.
And Mid has made
I like to
land
imagine
there
why you
before.
said those tight, your voice
Now,
gets higher and higher pitched.
If only there were someone with an intimate knowledge of the Shadow Coast, and where a daring gentleman might put ashore.
Game's plot seems boring. It's not, but this lady kind of is, because she's just like a school. Well,
You had the answer
she's like a
all
politician explaining things to you on, you know, from the Senate floor.
Picked you up from it, didn't I? Not that it were easy. The currents were right bastard. But then, if it wasn't hard, it wouldn't be worth doing, would it?
Well said. Thank you, Lady Vivian.
If a few morsels of common knowledge and a sprinkling of tavern talk are worthy of your thanks, I wonder what genuine intelligence might earn me.
Probably more visits. Mid, I need everyone in the ale hall now. I'll fetch Joshua from the shelves.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Just finish explaining the undead from Game of Thrones. You know what? They might as well be. If you noticed, the people who get like turned into zombies based on this game, they turn icy blue. Why am I just now putting that together? Yeah, the Akashic is what they're called in this game. They're like faded light white and blue color. I think they actually might very well be like based off that. The more I think about it, the White Walkers, yeah. Hadn't realized that one until just now. We put together the conspiracy chat. The conspiracy to obviously be inspired by this popular piece of media. Still don't know the purpose of the White Walkers in the books. Well, the books aren't finished yet, right? So there you go.
I have no reason to assume otherwise.
And they never will be.
Clive, you must listen to this. Lawsman.
I mean, seriously, they probably won't be. That guy is like in his 70s and he's very obese. Chance of him finishing it before he like, you know, slips on the mortal coil is not looking good.
Appears to agree with the findings of His Grace.
You will recall that my quest to uncover Ultima's origins began with the mural at Phoenix Gate. But while I've always known it to be important, its secrets have heretofore eluded me. Now, however, I believe I know where to find the more complete example, one that will reveal all we seek.
Master Clive, have you ever in your travels chanced to hear of the Circle of Malleus?
I would think not. Few have. But there was once a time when the faith flourished, the oldest known religion in the Twins. And though its popularity eventually waned on Storm, hints of its dogma remain embedded in more modern faiths such as the Crystalline Orthodox.
Wait, you said it waned on Storm. What of Ash?
Religious monuments are often torn down or repurposed when new faiths rise to prominence. But if no new faith arose, then perhaps the ancient temples might still stand. And so, you see now why I must accompany you to Waloed.
It would appear the past
Earlier,
still
you were
has much
defending
to
the
teach
gate
us.
from the White Walkers
Though in this
before you
case,
got
it would not
on a
have been
pirate
possible
ship. It's not
without
very
the
subtle. There's
leaders of
also like a
Moss.
bunch of. There's also a kingdom known for controlling dragons.
That you carried a copy of my old mentor's chronicles all along. I am relieved.
Your grandfather was a severely obese and a smoker. He lived at 92. He must have had the magical genetics.
Joshua, if you're finished here, join me in
Sometimes
the
there are
hall.
people with just like the
I need
right
to speak to
genetics to
everyone
like
before we
sort of
leave.
live for a very long time despite how they treat themselves. Lucky bastards.
If it please your grace, might I one day borrow the chronicles for a short while?
Of course,
Hmm.
Norseman Hippocrates. You need but ask.
Kimchi ramen is pretty good. I've tried eating kimchi before. I don't know, I couldn't get into it. I was like, oh, this is super healthy stuff. I'm gonna eat kimchi. And I tried it. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna eat kimchi.
Mid said I could ride the Enterprise next. No, she didn't. She said I could.
That being said, I do like Korean barbecue. Specifically on chicken wings.
My apologies.
By now you've all heard where we're going and why. So I won't bother you with the boring details, only the important ones. If we attempt to approach Stone here by sea, there's a good chance we'll be sighted and fall prey to the capital's artillery. So instead, we'll disembark on the southwest coast and make for Drake's Spine on foot. I say we, but it's highly likely the entirety of Ash is under the rule of Ultima. A large party would only attract unwanted attention, as well as slow our march and require supplies which may be difficult to obtain. Only Joshua and I will be going. And a scout. Preferably a good one. Gav, do you know of any?
You bet your ass I do. Might still borrow some of Lady Vivian's maps, though. Just in case, like.
Once you've dropped us off at the Shadow Coast, you need to retreat into neutral waters, fly merchant colors, and stay inconspicuous. If you sense any danger at all, you leave us behind and return to Storm.
Inconspicuous is my middle name. But like hell am I leaving anyone behind. The ship ain't going nowhere till your scurvy mugs are smiling on deck.
Jill, the Enterprise will appear a tempting target for royalists and pirates alike. You're to stop anyone boarding.
Don't worry. I'll keep the ship and her crew safe. You'll be needing passage home, after all.
But... very well.
If there are no questions, I'll see you all at the docks.
Your old Jewish grandma wanted to die by 70, but hung on till like 98. I mean, hopefully they were all good years, though. But do we have a new song playing yet? Nope.
On foam-flecked peaks, despair looms below.
Bards sicken you? You don't like musicians? Because that's what a bard is. I'm not even gonna bother picking these side quests up because I'm not gonna do them. Oh, we did get another one. The Tricephalic Terror? Tricephal... I don't know. I don't think I'm going to fight this one then. What, you don't want to work? Want to do the Torgal side quest? The one where I fought... I already got bones for Torgal. What are you talking about? This is another one for him. Phoenix, heal thyself. Okay, that one might... We'll at least see what that one is. There's another one?
Please, Your Grace. Stay strong. Ah, my Lord Marquis.
Yote, is anything the matter? You seem troubled.
This game doesn't have multiple endings, does it? Based on side quest stuff?
Yes. Perhaps you might. It's your brother. His condition continues to worsen, though he does his best to hide it. The lesion on his chest pains him more with each passing day.
I had feared as much.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering of those afflicted by the curse, but His Grace's case is severe. The drafts I have been able to prepare for him thus far have ceased to have any real effect. So I consulted with Talia and certain of my comrades among
The side quest just adds on the experience, take that as you will. Adds on the experience.
A recipe was found. The only problem being that the critical ingredient is exceptionally hard to come by, and our supplies are almost exhausted. Unless we can secure more soon, your brother's anguish will likely become unbearable. My lord, I know that I have no right to make demands of you. But would you help? For Joshua's sake.
For Joshua? Anything.
Thank you, my lord.
So, what is this critical ingredient?
A rare herb by the name of stonerwort. It grows only where the ether is densest. The vigor it stores in its stems helps to counteract the curse. We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. But alas, yet more ether has erupted from the earth there recently, leaving the whole area flooded. The search continues for a new source. One that we might reach without being turned.
So it's only that you can't reach it? The Stonerwort itself is unharmed by the flood?
Well, yes, but...
Then I shall go in your stead.
But, my lord...
You've yet to find another source, correct? So for now, the aqueduct is our best hope. Besides, I'm a dominant. The ether can't hurt me.
Well...
Yeah, why didn't you ask this
sure,
sooner?
my lord.
That should be obvious.
Stonerwort is easily identified.
Actually, why didn't
by
my
its
brother go
blood
get
red
it?
Blooms. Search around the aqueduct, and you're sure to find some soon enough. I shall remain here and prepare the other ingredients.
I'll see what the other Torgal mission is as well. Trying to have Roxas kids. You guys realize Nomura didn't design these characters, right?
Split the sea.
Just been wondering, because I've seen a lot of, like, I mean, obviously, hey, he's got the same strawberry blonde hair as Roxas.
I am certain we will find.
But other than that, I don't know, there isn't that much of a similarity. Even though I myself have made the same joke a couple times. Looks like Roxas at 20. We all know Kingdom Hearts characters don't truly age. Okay, this is not a Torgal mission.
There's no way of knowing if Doris will confide in me. But I can speak to her at least.
Like, Torgal might not be yet. I mean, I went and got, like, bones for Torgal in one mission, if that's the one you're talking about. Alright, I guess we'll go do the one where we help our brother out. Because that one doesn't seem like it'll take me very long, then we'll get back on the main quest.
Where are you?
Can I help you, Sid?
I'm looking for Doris. Is she here?
I'm afraid not. She's at Martha's Rest on a job. My job, actually. When she heard what the mission was, she insisted on going herself. Alone.
Did she? What was the mission?
Following up on some new information. Once they'd settled in, the bearers you helped liberate in the
I know,
Dragon's
but think of
area
Jill
were
as
keen to
Aqua,
talk about their imprisonment.
with her hair dye and costume. Oh, this is an anime character, isn't it? I think I've heard of her.
The team were tracking when they were attacked by the Beastmen. I'll go and find her. She's at Martha's Rest, you say?
She's known for being useless,
If she's
correct?
not moved on already, yes. I hope everything's all right.
Is this game the next video? I just released a video where there's a vote. I have not counted any votes yet. Most likely, though, since I put up against Street Fighter, it probably will be. Alright. Which one am I looking for? Phoenix, heal thyself. Aqua's a character from Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. Oh, okay, there's a lot. I've heard of like an anime character that's called Aqua. Everyone makes fun of.
Good girl.
Steven Seagal fighter. We will continue the adventure of Steven Seagal eventually. We just got sidetracked for a while, you know? Where Puff? I don't think she's been here tonight. Maybe she got stuff going on. You know, sometimes, chat, people have lives outside of a live stream.
Here's the aqueduct. Now to find our stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals. Just my luck. Well, I won't be picking anything till they're gone. There's only one thing for it.
You're not real? Of course you're not. I'm the one with the microphone, you know? Steven Seagal needs resting after the amount of fights you put him through. Well, it's also, if you've seen the guy, he does a lot of exercise and he has to rest. You don't become a keto master like keeping yourself in like perfect shape at all times.
Here it is. Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. All right. That should do it. Let's get these back to Yote.
Okay, this better have some kind of effect on my brother's performance in a fight. If you don't rest, you cannot snatch away motherfucking birthday? What? I do, you know, I wouldn't put it past someone like Steven Seagal just stealing a kid's birthday cake.
Covered in nicks
And then explaining it away. You know what? I don't even remember why I went on this, Steven Seagal crusade other than I just saw some news about him one day and I got pissed off. Like, you piece of shit. And then I just brought it into my stream for some reason. And then chat just seemed to like really like watching me like rant about it like a washed up Hollywood actor. Turned propagandist and like, con man.
I brought back all the stone and water I could find.
Yeah, he is definitely a piece of crap. It became a weird stream subject for the past couple months.
Yes, my lord. Thank you. I'm sure it will serve us until we can find another source.
I'm very glad to hear it.
That's nothing addictive, is it?
You and His Grace are very much alike, you know. You think only of how you might help others, and never of the danger to yourselves.
No more than you have minding my brother. You've risked a lot for him, and I thank you for it.
I am honored that you
Are they
should say
funded
so.
by Steven Seagal still making movies? I don't believe so. He mainly just does scams and other such bullshit.
We could not afford to
And
lose
media
you.
appearances I think he gets paid to be at. Send you a playlist of someone going through Steven Seagal's movies. I mean, I know about a bunch of them. I've sadly used to see them on cable TV all the time. And there'd be like nothing else on, so I'd like watch a few of them. Most of them I do not remember except for Under Siege. Every other one of them, I think he had one where he plays a guy who's in a coma for a while, and that's it. His movies are so forgettable trash. His last movie came out in 2009. What did he do in a movie in 2019? I mean, if you look at Steven Seagal right now, he is basically, what was the name of that actor that was the villain in Apocalypse Now? The famous one who got really fat, but was also a really good actor. Steven Seagal is basically that guy, but with no talent, and also a terrible human being. I couldn't imagine him being in an action movie. Marlon Brando, yeah, he's basically Marlon Brando minus the talent, and well, everything else, except for the weight. Did he hurt you? Damn it, sounds like you I never personally met the guy. I just have a strong inclination to make fun of him. Executive Decision was his best movie, where he died 15 minutes in. So what did they do for the rest of the movie then? I'm assuming he wasn't the star.
Split the sea, you reckon?
You don't pay attention to celebs? I don't either, but I know, one, he's not a celeb anymore. At least not in the sense I would call him a celeb. He's just a scam, con man, propaganda piece. He was in a movie called Beyond the Law. Yeah, that sounds like a Steven Seagal title. 16% on Rotten Tomatoes. That high?
Can't a man wish his
I would have
friend
expected
farewell?
like an 8 or something.
Just wanted to let you know that I'll keep things in order while you're off saving the world.
I'll hold you to that.
His last work was appearing in a Russian propaganda piece, blaming the death of prisoners of war on Ukrainian missiles, even though they'd clearly been burnt up by Russians. I think that was the news article I watched. They just made me look, what a piece of shit. Saw John Leguizamo workshop his one-man show in Berkeley, and it was real good. Kurt Russell, The Pest, and Halle Berry saved Air Force One. Yeah, exactly. What, Air Force One? Air Force One. Is that the Harrison Ford movie where he's president or something? I forget. Steven Seagal would support the mother crystals. The only thing I remember that movie is Harrison Ford like kicking a guy at the plane going, "Get off my plane." Chat, whatever movies can you think of where the president actually gets his hands dirty and kicks ass? There's weirdly a few of them. There's like, obviously Independence Day, where he gets in a jet fighter and kicks some alien butt. Then there was like, Air Force One. Pretty sure there's a couple others. It's hard for me to think of, like, based on what our presidents usually are, that they could ever like, let me just like, let me handle it, boys.
Walk to the capital if we follow the cliffs. I'll scout
I'm
ahead.
movie dumb? Well, I don't watch a lot of movies. That doesn't mean I'm dumb, it just means I'm movie clueless. I mean, I'm not, it's mainly like more modern movies I haven't watched much of. But I've never really been a movie guy anyways.
There's something I've been meaning to ask. You took her icon, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a problem.
Yes, I did. She understood.
Oh, she understood. Understood that you decided to save the world all on your own, and that you'd die without her power. How dare you make her choose? You knew
Dude, she
damn
was
well
naked.
she'd
You had to
never
be
abuse
there.
you.
You couldn't have...
But I will. You can't keep pushing us away, Clive. The world is ours to save, not yours.
Does Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan count? Yes, I think it does.
Because I
Also, thank you for the bits, by the way.
it was the right thing to do.
And you truly believe this will save you? Will save us all?
I do.
Jill is powerless? Not technically. She's... Like I said, we've seen people like get their power, sucked up by Clive, but then they can still turn into like a Titan after, or like, a dominant afterward.
Think I found us a trail. Did I miss something?
Only that Joshua didn't.
Don't forget the other movie where the president jumped in, Pixel by Adam Sandler. I have not watched an Adam Sandler movie since Little Nicky. That was the last one for me. I was like, yeah, I think I'm good. I think I'm done watching this guy's movies. Because that had to be some of the, like, that is one of those, like, movies you just watch, like, what the fuck am I watching and why? Why am I watching Adam Sandler do the same movie over and over again where he just, like, gets all of his friends to come be in his movie with him so he can give him all money
That castle over there looks
and take a
inviting
vacation.
enough.
Shall we sample its inhabitants' hospitality?
Looking at this terrain, I thought for a second, wait a minute, I'm in Death Stranding. Let me pee on something real quick. Adam Sandler is an interesting career. At the beginning of it was like just putting out banger after banger of comedy movie. And then just, wow, what the hell happened? I feel if you're like a comedy actor, you really only get like a couple movies at the beginning of your career. And then there's a harsh drop off after the first couple. Because just about every like comedy actor I can think of has followed that trajectory.
Remember what I said about warm welcomes, Gav?
It's actually like best if you know, yeah, you know, maybe if you're a comedy actor, you get your first couple comedy movies out and then you build your name up, then you switch from doing comedy, like Bill Murray did. You know, Bill Murray started out as a comedian, did some really good comedy movies, and then switched to doing serious acting. And now he just like, I don't know, well, he does something. Mainly just gets, you know, gets paid, I guess, to be like, exist. Robin Williams. Sorta. What were the... Robin Williams tried to do some serious movies, but I don't remember them being particularly good. He had one where he played like a guy working at a photo development place or something. I forget it. 1 hour, but yeah, that's the last... That's only like... I think that Death to Smoochie movie really hurt his career for a bit. Good Will Hunting? Okay, there was that. But still, when I think of Robin Williams, I always think of like his comedy stuff. He likes Evangelion. Wait, Robin Williams talks about Evangelion in 1 hour photo? You love Death to Smoochie? I remember that when that movie came out, everyone was just like bashing it for being terrible. Have you watched The Truman Show? Yes, I've watched The Truman Show. Though that one is like a comedy movie and a serious movie at the same time, I feel.
I knew I smelled something. Like the only orcs and a castle.
Let's hope the villagers made it out in time.
Thoughts on Edward Norton, the guy in Fight Club? You mean the character? I mean, is there anything really I could even add to like the discussions of Fight Club? I mean, I think it's a better book than a movie. How about that? How about that for my take on it? Far better book than it is a movie. Not that I dislike the movie. I just think the book does such a better job of getting the same message across. Though there was some really good like cinematography in that movie as well. And had some really memorable lines. Some lines that were so memorable they didn't even make it into the final cut of the movie. And you had to like hear about secondhand from the actors and actors. What's the differences between like a book and a movie? Well, it's a difference in any book versus the movie version of it. You're gonna get more detail and like scenes that don't make it into the... that are in the book that don't make it in the movie just for like time. They had to cut them out. Did you hear about the Chinese version cutting the final scene and replacing with a text saying and the police came and arrested them all? Yeah, but that's kind of funny, but it's to be expected of China. I'm honestly surprised that movie even was allowed to be in China to begin with. Despite the cutting out the ending. Because the entire movie is like anti-establishment, all that kind of stuff. Which is not exactly a mentality or like ideal the Chinese government would like to like encourage. Hello, not White Walkers. Anti-consumerism, where the lead devolves into toxic masculinity. You know, that term didn't exist at the time. I don't know if it's entirely accurate to describe the message of the story of the characters in that as toxic masculinity. More like confused masculinity. And severe mental illness. Oh, you and your freaking shield. Meant to bring up the actor Edward Norton. I don't really know much about Edward Norton though, so I had to talk about Fight Club. I don't really get into like learning about actors that much, chat. If you've noticed, it's like it's not really a topic that interests me, like the lives of actors. I always prefer to like care about the art they create more than the person that's creating it. Generally, is my way of looking at things when it comes to movies, entertainment. It's like I care more about what they created than the person itself. Your hero? Oh, thank you. In fact, I mentioned before that I think that's one of the issues we have these days, is that, especially when it comes to like things like musicians and a lot of entertainers, is that these days the actor, actress, the musician, all that comes before the entertainment they make. So instead of knowing or caring more about the music these days, you care more about the musician, or you care more about the actor than the movie. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. That's just that way I've seen things for a while now. Yeah, it's more about the brand and getting wrapped up in the particular brand of a person rather than just the art, I guess. I feel like that's one of the reasons like a lot of stuff has been somewhat, I don't know, lesser, because it's more, but you know, the actors and entertainers are more popular than ever, whereas the entertainment itself hasn't been quite as memorable. And oftentimes have been downright forgettable. Unless they're Steven Seagal. Unless they're Steven Seagal, that's right. Who could forget, you know, all that he's done?
It's Camber all over again. Where the hell are the royalists?
How long am I going to stream to? Usually I stop around midnight. To be fair, actors were always the selling point of movies. To some people, yes. I'm not gonna make the argument that there haven't been people who care deeply about the actors and actresses. But I still stand that I feel like if even at least the movies and the entertainment was created stand on a different. It's hard to even describe. I'm looking for the right words. Either they were on the same level or the entertainment was a bit above them. Whereas these days it feels more like it's the people involved, like the actors, entertainers, the the musicians. It's more about them than what they're creating. Maybe not by much. I don't know. Like I said, this is a very subjective thing, and you feel free to like disagree with me if you like. It's just the way I look at things and the way I try to like figure out why it feels like so much entertainment these days just doesn't have the legs that I feel the entertainment used to have. When it comes like not just one particular brand of entertainment, but a lot of it. It just feels like, yeah, sometimes it just feels like it's more about the brand, the personal brand of the person who made it, rather than them making something really good. And there are exceptions. There are still like people putting out, that I feel do a really good job at creating their stuff. And then just like, hey, just let that be the thing that stands for them rather than putting themselves out there. If you've noticed, chat, I kind of like, practice what I preach here as well. I always put, like, I don't make myself the focus of my YouTube channel. It's always about my videos and my content, what I'm saying. Whereas I don't really make it a very personal thing about myself when I have videos in my videos or anything like that. Even my streams, generally. I usually make it more about the game I'm playing and what I can say about it. Saying actors are becoming more important than the films they're in, right? So people put less effort into the entertainment themselves. Or it's people care more about the actors or musicians as a person rather than what they create. So they're becoming the more memorable and more focused on part of the entertainment rather than the entertainment itself. Like, think about how much we care these days about like just like what the actors and actresses and entertainers or musicians are all doing with their lives, rather than like the stuff they're creating.
Peace delegation. We should send a warning to the others.
No, my uncle will have an eye on the coast.
Is my Adobe Premiere still being racist? Not recently.
Our mark is Drake's spine, and there's a lot of road between us and it. We press on to Stone here.
Aye, you never know. It might not be a nest of slabbering monsters.
Clive, you must go on ahead without me. This stronghold is as old as Phoenix Gate, perhaps older. It may yet hide Ultima's remaining secrets, and if we are to best him, they must be unearthed.
20 whole orcs strong. I know, big army, right?
All right.
Probably just the limit of how many they can put on screen.
I always do. Mostly.
You sure about this?
About leaving my brother on his own. Of course. Mostly.
Is Good Omens Season 2 out? Speaking of something I also think is, the Good Omens book is chef's kiss. Does the show stick very close to the Good Omens book?
Old, it's hard to tell which way is up. But if I'm right, we're not far
it may
from
also
a village
be
called
that with
Isla.
with films becoming more and more expensive to create,
Resupply.
companies want to
Wait for
ensure that they'll
Joshua.
get something in return, so having big actors in a movie guarantees a good return. That's always been the case, though. Or at least, yeah, it's definitely always been the case that they want big actors, but there might be something to it that with films becoming more expensive. I don't know. Like I said, it's not just films; it's also like all entertainment to a degree. Like, well, though I think it's primarily music. I feel. Yeah, if I were to like pinpoint it, I think music is the biggest culprit of what I was just describing. I think definitely musicians have become bigger than their music, is the words I would use to describe it. It's that they overshadow their own creation. Very English, this. Very English indeed. Entirely English, in fact. Yeah, a fan of Neil Gaiman, and Terry Pratchett was alright. Neil Gaiman's one of those things that he sometimes makes stuff that I absolutely love, and sometimes he makes stuff that bores me to tears. It's really hit or miss. It's like, it's either one or the other with him when it comes to me. Also, am I saying his name right? I always say Gaiman, but I think it's like Gaiman or Gaiman. I always feel like I'm insulting him and saying it wrong if I say Gaiman. You say Gaiman? Hmm. Gaiman is what I thought. Yeah, I mean, well, however he pronounces is how I should say it, but I haven't really listened to his interviews before. Yeah, this is definitely looking like some Death Stranding architect level design here. Let's get our packages over there to that castle, Clive.
Ugh, this place reeks like a moguls arsehole. Though I'm guessing it's not the smell that'll kill us.
Check out my abilities real quick. I wonder if I should use that instead of this. Yeah, we'll stick with it, I guess. You're gonna toodaloo. Have a good night, Logical. Don't forget, chat, I released a video today. If you haven't watched it yet, maybe give it a, a view when you get time. I hear it's pretty good. I'm not good at shilling my own stuff, am I? I should be way more hype. Do a giveaway with every video? No, that seems wrong. There used to be a trend on YouTube years ago where everyone would be doing raffles to like get increase their views somehow. Like, hey, give me a like, subscribe, and I'll enter you in a raffle, win this like Xbox Live gift card.
Too slow.
You can also post your own video on Discord. Like someone always posted themselves, so I usually don't. I really like doing up at everything's on my, my Discord for my streams.
Nice try.
They're almost always fake. Yeah, I heard about that actually. Gonna get forklift certified soon. Ah, you're one step closer to being like the game Shenmue. Meaning you're one step closer, like, man, video games are just like real life. The cringiest thing you can ever say. How do I like this game so far? I like this game, but it is starting to drag a little bit. It's a little longer than it needs to be, I feel. But I have enjoyed it. That being said, I've got some issues, but it's definitely the best game to come out of the series since 10. You're gonna head out and play some Tears of the Kingdom? Hey, look, you have a good night. You'll wait till this game gets a PC port. I mean, that's a good idea. I mean, especially if you don't have a PS5. But as a Final Fantasy RPG, I'm enjoying it. I'm just at the point where I kind of want to finish it, but I still got who knows how much left. Publish your video around noon EST. Consider making it live around 5 Eastern when most of the NA is off work. It shouldn't really matter. It'll still be there when they get off work anyways. It's not like it disappears for a time. But actually today I published it at 1:30 because I was still working on it. Why do you think Final Fantasy games changed drastically for the worse after 10? They didn't really know what people wanted out of it. Also, just like 12 went through like apparently... Wait, was it? Wait, what? Where's he going? What? He was about dead, but he got all of his health back and ran away from the fight. Okay, that was bullshit. I'm not fighting him again. I think he ran out of the arena. I don't remember doing that, but I guess it's possible. I might have used that move and like maybe it took me out of the arena. Game is close to being finished after you get Odin. That's what I was thinking. I'm not planning to do all the side quests, no. I would like to think I've got maybe 2 streams of it left of the game. Are you finishing the game today? No. No, I've only got like another like 10 minutes of playing this tonight actually. Before I like stop. I'm not fighting the turtles again, they take too long. No, I'm not fighting you turtles, you had your chance to be killed. Good job. If FF versus 13 came out as it was advertised, how do you think it would have affected this? I think it would have been a much better game. Because what was there was like interesting, but they just had to cut so much and change so much from the original design that it definitely was a bit underwhelming at that point. I still think it was better than 13, and it's, you know, Brood. But it definitely was like not as good as it could have been. Because I was definitely getting hyped for 15 once it became 15. But then when I played it, like, oh, they just like cut half the game out of it. And then tried to wrap it all up weirdly. You're shocked they released FF13 not once but 3 times. That was coming from the time when Square Enix wanted to like make multiple games out of the same assets so they could save money. That's actually the only reason that Final Fantasy X-2 even exists. They wanted to make another game where they just reused basically everything they'd already made for 10 and just got another game out of it for cheap. I don't know why they didn't try that with 12 though. 12 actually could have probably been, yeah. 12 was a decent world, just, you know, they could have made something with it. What the fuck was it called Versus 13 in the first place? That had nothing to do with, we don't really know what the title was about when it came to that game, or how it was even like gonna tie in with the world of 13. It was always weird and didn't make a lot of sense, but that was always FF13 in a nutshell as well. I mean, technically that Final Fantasy, like, what's it called? It's the one where it's all the kids in school. Is also a Final Fantasy 13 game, but I don't know anything about it. Nomura naming, yeah. It is that. I wonder if Nomura has any like English tattoos that just are nonsense, but he thinks they look really cool. Yeah, this is like has deep meaning over in English land. English land is what I like to think all Japanese people call America. Type 0, yeah, that one. The one that sounds like the name of a disease. You pray for a remake of Final Fantasy 9 every morning? I mean, there's been strong rumors and hints that we're getting that. Though what type of remake yet, we don't know. Hello. Didn't actually want to fight that thing since they're kind of long, take a while to kill. Night Jenny, guy with the, guy with the 3 eyes. You have a good night, man. Thanks for being here. I need to find a stopping point for myself, actually.
Bahamut's breath. Don't look down, Torgal. That must be Aistla.
This feels like it'll be a boss fight if I go through that door. So I'm thinking maybe this is where we stop for the night. That way tomorrow we can start strong. What do you think, chat? Seem like a good place? You're all getting sleepy too, right? I can tell. I can see your eyes drooping. So yeah, I think we'll end it here. We'll hopefully get near the end tomorrow. Probably not beating it, but maybe we'll be within striking distance of it by the end of it. So we'll definitely probably be beating Odin though. But chat, I had a wonderful time tonight streaming for you. Thank you very much. My pleasure. Also, I released a Star Wars Jedi Survivor video today. If you haven't had a look at it yet, you can always go check it out. Up there on YouTube anytime you like. From now until the end of time. Hopefully. Who knows? How long do you think YouTube will last? Probably not that long. Maybe another 10 years at the very least. The way things are currently going. Thanks for today, great FS. Yeah, no problem. I enjoyed that. But hey, I'll be doing it again tomorrow. So make sure you hit the follow button if you're new. You can also join the Discord too. But that's it for me tonight. I will... I guess I'll see you all tomorrow then. Well, I've got nearly 24 hours. It feels like I've got... Wait, no, that's not... Is that... No. I guess I've put nearly... It feels like I've put way more than 24 hours into the game, actually. Oh, well. Chat, I'm gonna go to bed. Try to get rested up for tomorrow, since tomorrow is like my first day not working on a video in a while. And then I get one day, and then I gotta get right into working on the next video. That's how it is being me. Alright, chat. I'll see you later. Peace, everybody. Lots of love. Hey, I love you back over there in Denmark, man. You have a good night.